the Aether Vials and stuff. So we'll have a look here. Looks to be a little more creaturey today. So Wilty Vleed style deck. So Kazali Pride Mages, Noble Hierarchs, Smiters, Sphinxes, Lingering Souls. It's basically the little kid. What do you call it? Little kid something or other?
It's just little. Bring out the little kid.
Little kid?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Bring
out the little kid?
Well, no. Bring out the little kid is actually one that plays Fauna Shaman as the search method instead of Birthing Pod. People haven't gone to that yet. I feel like maybe it is because you get to put in your bullets again.
Okay.
And it plays Baneslayer Angel as well.
Nice.
That bring out the little kid.
Yeah, bring out the big kid. Bring out the big angel.
Yeah, exactly.
How about that? Okay, so...
I feel like that might be a way people go back, because the format's slowing down a small bit, and in those colours, in that green-white X deck, you still have a load of sideboard cards. Like Thalia just crushes Storm.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, I can't find... I feel really bad now. I can't find Daniel's deck, because we had it here, I wrote on it, cannot find it.
Yeah, we definitely had this. Did Dan just take it back or something? They're the standard ones. Yeah. Was it up there maybe or something? No. There were some up there. They might be from the last day.
Yeah.
So Dan is playing. I remember he's playing anyway. He's playing a.
He's playing an Abzan deck.
No. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's playing an Abzan deck. So
only 2 Lingering Souls, which I'm not a fan
similar
of.
deck to this really, but 2 Lingering Souls. He's playing like Kitchen Finks, Liliana.
3 Tybalts.
No,
so.
not Tybalts, no.
Not
Liliana the Veils.
Sorry, Tassiger, the better card advantage machine.
You're dead right. He is playing Tassiger, so that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Abrupt Decays, Path to Exiles, all the usual good stuff. So, yeah, kind of a mirror here, I guess, really. And they do generally tend to be quite slow. First player to find either Lingering Souls and or Gavany Township generally tends to be in a good spot.
Yeah, I find it's a strange one. It's usually either really, really grindy or one person just crushes.
Yeah. Do you know what's also really good, usually? When your opponent mulligans to 4.
And a turn 1 mana dork as well.
Turn 1 mana
to
dork.
turn that screw.
Yeah. It's actually an Absence Pilgrim here from Dan. So Dan unable to pick up some copies of Noble Hierarchs. I think a little short on copies of Noble Hierarchs.
Sure.
Not the easiest card to find. Not the cheapest card to find. So
have to be getting a reprint in Modern Masters too.
God, yes, in a big way. Definitely in Modern Masters
I think I noticed in Simon's hand it's 2 Zealous Persecution, no land to cast it.
Wow. Okay.
Really, really hitting on those Lingering Souls.
Yeah. Man, I love Zealous Persecution. It's such a slick card. It's such a good card. So Dan fetching for a basic Plains here. Strange. Doesn't want to take any damage from me. I'm fetching perfect mana here, rather than, like, if my opponent mulligans to 4, I'm just searching for perfect mana. I don't want any excuse to lose a game. Like, now, he probably has some black sources in his hand here, so he's probably going to search for them, but... Well, yeah, I'd hope so. Like, we have to imagine he does, but still, like, I'm fetching dual lands kind of where I can, I guess. You know, I don't want to lose to something random like killing my Absence Pilgrim or, you know, some other.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't a Zealous Persecution, it was a land.
He does have one copy, definitely has a copy of Zealous Persecution.
And he's got a Smiter. So he just drew the Smiter. Turn 3 Smiter is fine, like, he's curving out. It might be good enough to.
Yeah, for sure. If he curves turn 3 Smiter here, and then Dan goes like next turn, makes some more X1s, flashback Lingering Souls, and then he just completely wrecks him with that Zealous Persecution.
Yeah.
He's puts himself in a pretty good spot. And if Dan had to fetch the Shockland, like I said, 2 less light could actually be relevant here. So maybe fetching the Plains is actually turns out to be a bigger deal than I would have thought here.
It's very weird. Dan only looks like, is he stuck on a land?
Well, he's got about 100 cards in hand, so I can't imagine he is.
Maybe he's just taking his time, seeing. Yeah, usually this happens as well. Since he didn't find his black source, you're kind of like, okay, do I take the 2? No, he's exiling.
Path to Exile here is fine. And no search.
Hey, there we go.
He needs to remember.
Yeah, Simon has had this problem before, but it was usually his opponent forgetting the Path to Exile. It's just strictly better Swords to Plowshares. Just straight up better.
Strictly better.
Yeah, just
not at all.
One white, exile target creature, no other text.
Yeah. Well, against some decks, it's true. It is that card against Affinity a lot. For example,
if they find their basic,
Affinity usually with 1 or 0 copies of a basic land. So, and he's actually also going to kill the.
Going to kill the Smiter.
The Smiter with a Dismember.
That's fair.
Hang on a second. Dan, please tell me you have a land. And you didn't just fetch a basic plane. Okay, he does have a land. But it's another green-white source. Where is the black land? Maybe is an untapped swamp next to him? Something like that?
We've got a Lingering Souls. Now, see, you're in this awkward position. I think I play the Lingering Souls. I don't think I play the Zealous Persecution.
Oh god, no. He's not under enough pressure yet. He may be able to extract more value. For example, to set the Lingering Souls in the graveyard there. So he just wants to make some Lingering Souls tokens here. Maybe attempt to trade off. For me, I'm not, because it's my only gas essentially. So I think I want to lean very heavily on Zealous Persecution here and hope it gets me there. Like, my opponent has so many cards in hand, I have to hope I just get like a 4-for-1 or something off of Zealous Persecution, and then if I get that, maybe my tokens from Lingering Souls get there.
Is Daniel actually just being a genius here and playing around Zealous
It
Persecution?
could well be. I mean, it's such a powerful card after board that maybe well, okay, no attacks here from Dan. I don't love.
Slider off the top. I like swinging here. Zealous Persecution is a instant, isn't it?
Zealous Persecution is absolutely an instant, yeah.
Okay, he doesn't. There we
So,
go.
okay, so he's actually going to go for it here. He's going to go for full value. I'm getting greedier. For sure, I'm getting greedier than that. Now, the only thing is Dan has passed the turn, so I suppose Simon maybe sniffs out that Dan's playing around it here.
Sure.
And if he plays around it, he might feel he just wants to get the beats on with his own Lingering Souls before Dan can amass another board presence.
Yeah.
So we
Actually,
see,
being kind of anemic right here. I mean, oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what could he be representing? Maybe another path to exile?
notice something about Dan's last turn there. Not playing a black source of
Not
mana.
playing a black source. Yeah, that could be the big deciding factor in this game. Yeah, we could probably see a path to exile out of... No, nothing.
What does Dan have here?
Maybe he's short a black source for a Siege Rhino.
I really hope he's not short a black source for something here, because fetching that plains was so safe early in the game against an opponent with one card in hand. Fetching a basic plains was as safe as it gets. Now there is a fetch land, which was probably a big deal here, because Dan playing nothing last turn would suggest to me he's got at least a black card in hand.
Dan
maybe
played
multiples.
nothing. Dan played nothing for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Except like an Avacyn's Pilgrim, which is nothing. I'm sorry, it's just at this point of the game, that card does nothing.
Like, he could have flashback Lingering Souls last turn and traded off with 2 of the Lingering Souls copies on the other side of the board.
He's on 7 life. It's
Yeah.
14-7. I mean, yeah, Simon winning here from a mulligan to 4. This is the power of Lingering Souls.
It really is. It's the biggest card in the mirror, and after the, well, actually, probably the biggest card is the Gavany Township, because it wins the mirror of the Lingering Souls. But second to that, it is just Lingering Souls itself.
Well, I actually talked to Daniel before the start of this tournament. He was only playing 2 Lingering Souls in the main and another in the side.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a mistake. The 4 Lingering Souls is just, that's where I want to be. That's why I want to play this deck.
It's the reason I want to play the deck too. Even more so than Siege Rhino is Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
It wins the mirror matches. It beats Affinity, hands down. The card alone beats Affinity.
Yes.
Coupled with an Abrupt Decay for dealing
5
with
mana Thrag Tusk.
Wow,
Boom.
that's big. Thrag Tusk is big.
The old standard favourite.
Oh yeah, old Thraggy boy.
People tried. People were like, is this good enough for Modern? Because it was so good in Standard.
Old Tusker.
And once again, maybe Modern has slowed down enough that it's good again.
Yeah.
It seems to be happening.
People were kind of... There were one-offs here and there in pod decks.
Yeah.
I always flirted with the idea. Never quite put one in my deck. But
Didn't have the cojones.
Didn't quite have the cojones. No. A lot of times you would see something like a Obstinate Baylot in that kind of slot. For
Daniel down to, like, I mean, he had to take 3 damage to get that Thrag Tusk onto the field.
He did indeed. So that was the 2 he would have taken earlier in the game. However, he would at some middle of the road there where he skipped 1-2 turns, he would have been able to cast his Lingering Souls and taken 2 to 4 less damage off these flyers here. So
because I feel like he was being a genius, representing, oh, I've got no black mana, I haven't played it, I'm not flashing back Lingering Souls, I'm playing around Zealous Persecution, like, he's absolute soul read on Simon.
In a way, yeah.
And I found out, no,
he just
didn't
have
the
black mana.
Didn't cast it, didn't do it right.
He just thought his Avacyn's Pilgrim was a Birds of Paradise or something. I'm not really too sure. Like,
it does only have 1.
Oh no. Another 2.
Another 2. Is that Siege Rhino?
Siege Rhino. Okay.
That's, the value is not great. You're gaining 1 life. He's up
he's gaining 1, but he
Yeah.
So somebody's saying there, Finks blocks a Thrag Tusk all day long.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
so Dan doing a lot to
he
stabilize here. He's going to be able to trade two souls for 2 on the other side of the battlefield. Looks like he's on 5 here. I'm not sure if
he's on
4
6
after. He goes to 6.
That's after the
So
Thrag
that's
Tusk.
after the Thrag Tusk. Is that right?
Yes, because he was on 5. He took 2 to get the to put down the chapel, or not the chapel, the Godless Shrine.
Yeah.
And then he gained back 3 from.
Okay.
So he's up net 1, but
Okay.
on.
But you've a lot of just green guys facing each other here. He can't really attack. He can't really. Simon can't really attack apart from the Flyers. Like the Flyers are taking over this game. Everything else is just
But
kind
we
of
saw
stares at
that.
each other.
Yeah, we saw there. He traded off 2 of his spirits for 2
3
of
mana.
Dan.
Is it Lingering Souls?
Lingering Souls again.
It
Once
would be
again.
huge. No,
Oh.
of course they're Crucifix. Not awful.
Might give him an extra turn on his clock.
Absent Pilgrim is not what he wants to draw.
Because right now he's on a 2-turn clock.
Yeah.
If he finds another land, that goes up to a 3-turn clock. Unless Simon finds his Zealous Persecution.
Yeah. Zealous Persecution would
Be massive.
It would be huge. Yeah, it would kill him actually if he's on 4 and he doesn't play a land. Zealous Persecution is good enough for the win.
Yeah, and we can see here Dan has no good attacks. He's just really on the back foot. Oh,
Siege Rhino?
Siege Rhino.
That's good enough.
That is game.
Attack for 2. Oh, is that a Zealous Persecution? Oh no,
Abrupt Decay.
No, not good
Game.
enough. Unfortunately, that's still game.
Simon winning.
Simon forgetting his trigger there. Gets to put out a token. Joke's on you. You don't have a elemental token at the end of that game. You could have really rubbed it in. No.
Slow rolled the elemental trigger. You'd be like, oh wait, sorry, hold on, I get an elemental trigger.
Yeah.
Simon winning off of a Malta 4.
No, chump. Not good enough. No elemental token. Not good enough. No, good win there from Simon.
Oh, I like the sort of look. He's got sort of light and shadow in the side. I dig it.
And a big Ajani. Ajani, mentor of heroes.
Yeah, he's been popping up. I really like him in the mirror because I mean,
He's
like you
huge in
said,
there.
these grindy mid-range matchups. I mean, something that's just like I'm going to just keep on restocking my hand. And if you're
putting
3 lingering
counters.
souls out in the
absolutely.
field, you're like,
One
oh,
of
these
each.
are all 2/2s.
Yeah. Making my Rhino 3 counters bigger. Trample. Oh, big deal.
7/8.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like a lot of times in these matchups, you just have all these guys facing each other. We just saw it there. It happens almost every time. Like unless one player gets like mana screwed or mulligans to 4, and sometimes wins, as we saw here. But a lot of times, if both players keep 7, kind of reasonable middle of the road hands, you just have all these guys facing each other. I play a Finks, you play a Finks. I play a Voice, you play a Finks. I play a Rhino, you play a Thragtusk, and you've just got all the stuff facing each other. And then one player goes, oh. Lingering Souls off the top, make 4 guys, over to you, and the game is just completely turned on its head. And then if they've won Gabney Township, it's just enormous too. So
We see a lot of Mexican standoffs in this type.
very few cards that actually matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. The Ajani, big deal in those matchups too. So
Yeah, I dig it. Because a lot of people were playing certain different things, trying to find that kind of value card. I saw some people playing the Lorwyn Garuk for a bit of ramp, but mostly just as a 4-mana
overrun, yeah, very true.
Because
He goes +1 one time and then overrun the following turn.
Yeah. Actually, my favourite play that I've ever done is turn 3 Lingering Souls, turn 4 Garuk, flashback Lingering Souls,
Nice.
turn 5 overrun, hit
the
you
Lingering
for,
Souls.
was it?
4 + 3 each, so
4 times 4, 16.
Yeah,
And in these matchups where people hurt themselves a lot, and I'm just like,
you're
16.
one Rhino away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's going to be 18 as well, because I've hit them with the 2 spirits I initially got.
Very true.
It was while I was playing Michaeli's deck. He was like trying to find something for the 4-drop spot for the rock, the more Liliana, the soul, Liliana of the Veil,
Yep.
Dark Confidant, that kind of matchup.
Yep.
And he was like, I don't know about this Garok, we'll try it. And we came up against each other in the final. He was really like, I don't know. Game 2, I just went Lingering Souls, Garok Lingering Souls, kill you. And he was like, see, this is what happens. I talk bad about my deck, about one of the cards, and it just crushes me.
Yeah, very true. I remember actually seeing it. It was Jeremy Desani was playing it. Do you remember Carlos Morel? When Carlos made, he was here, Spanish guy. He made top 8 of Grand Prix Prague.
We're going to go with Evan and Mark for next round.
For next
Get
round?
Michaela on.
No, Michaela is playing Sander then.
Oh, okay. Michaela lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
He lost Evan.
boo.
Yeah.
So we're getting Hugh, and
Evan and
Mark McGovern.
Yeah.
Mark McGovern playing Effect.
Yes.
Yes.
Getting the pants on.
Okay, interesting. We haven't seen much of Effect. I don't know if it was on last week. I wasn't here.
Every time I've been on, I've talked about Infect. Might be being very strong right now. I feel like it's in a pretty good position.
For sure. Yeah, for
The Channel Fireball guys thought it was as well coming into the Pro Tour.
And they did very well with it too.
Yeah, but you know it's a tough deck to play. You have to be thinking a lot.
You do indeed. You do have to think a lot about
Mark's
it.
a fantastic player, though. I feel like he can always find it. So we're gonna. Mark has sent you the list.
He has indeed. I'll grab that now. We actually saw Tom Martell as well, made top 8 of Grand Prix Vancouver last weekend with this deck as well.
Great.
So
Yeah, he's really
making
got on
another
board with
top. Oh well, Tom Martell is a super duper player. So yeah, more than capable of top 8 with whatever's put in front of him. But you know, it does speak to the power of the deck that a lot of the players at the Pro Tour, the Pantheon, basically all played it, and John Finkel almost making top 8 with the deck as well.
Yeah. So Evan has mostly been playing Jeskai Control. It's usually his favourite, but he's gone back to Twin. Usually he actually plays a Jeskai Twin list, but yeah, no, he's just happy just gone the blue-red. His trademark Singleton Desolate Lighthouse. He is in love with that card.
He is indeed. He likes it.
It helps him smooth out his huge land draws.
Oh yeah, Ev draws all the lands all the time. So let's hope for a nice mana float here. We'll have a little chuckle.
But see, I like that one of his outs is his land, his Desolate Lighthouse.
That's very true, yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to draw all of my land, but if I get Desolate Lighthouse, I can throw those land away for actual cards.
Yep.
I'm a genius. How could this ever go wrong? And usually it doesn't. He's beaten me just by having Desolate Lighthouses when I was playing.
Yeah, in
when
grindy matchups, it's really nice
when
to
there
just
was
dig for stuff.
all of the Delver decks. I made a mistake at that tournament by not just mainboarding Delver hate.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at Mark's list here. He was missing the Wild Defiance. So this is the enchantment, the 2 and a green
Wild
enchantment,
Defiance.
which says whenever creature you control becomes a target of an instant or a sorcery, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn.
I dig
So
that
they
so
were
much.
playing a 2 of in the Pro Tour with this deck. They were playing 2 of main, and I think they were playing 1 of on the sideboard. Mark, I think, only having 1 tonight, so he is -1 in the main deck. +1 Distortion Strike, which we'll get to, and in the sideboard, -1 Wild Defiance, +1 nothing. Mark playing with a 14 sideboard tonight.
Just doesn't care.
Yeah. I asked him, why didn't you just put something hilarious in the sideboard? I had nothing, was his answer. He literally didn't have anything. Nothing. Not even like a basic land.
I'd put in like
I'll put a booster pack and grab a random card out of
a
it, right?
Prophet of Crewfix. You're playing green blue. Why not? You're never bringing it in.
True. So, okay, we'll get to the decks in a little bit here.
So,
the guys are shuffling up and have kept 7 apiece, I
So
think.
Ev leading off with a Pluto Delta, Mark leading off with a
Breeding Pool, old style.
Yeah.
Dissension, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're correct. So Ev fetching here for a Steve Vance.
Return to Ravnica. No? Yeah? Return to Ravnica?
No, I think it was Dissension. It
No,
was-
the Steam Vents is... that's
Steam-
the new Steam Vents. The old
is a Steam
Breeding
Vent.
Pool
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Dissension, yeah.
Yeah, Steam Vents is Return to Ravnica. So
Copy of Basic Island and pass the turn.
nothing. I feel like this is a real Who Blinks first, kind of.
A little bit, yeah. But the thing about it is Mark is actually able to get a threat down on the battlefield first, and that looks like a Blighted Agent in hand, which he has chosen not to play.
Yeah, I'm shocked he didn't take 2 and just go.
So am I,
Blighted
to be
Agent.
honest, because you don't want to be tapping out too late in the game here. Mark wants to be... So that's a copy of Might of Old Crows on the left, 2 copies of Blighted Agent, a Misty
Pendlehaven.
Rainforest by 2, Pendlehaven, and that's Gitaxian Probe over on the right. For me there is no doubt I'm slamming Blighted Agent on that
Absolutely.
turn. I'm not waiting. Like
Then next turn you'll have Pendlehaven and you might start to kite off.
like he might kill your Blighted Agent, but the longer you wait against this deck, the less likely you are to actually want to cast your spells. Like,
Yeah.
you can't tap out on turn 3 or 4 against this deck because you just die.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's a strange play. I feel
Yeah.
like. I mean, you've got no way of interacting with counter magic.
Yeah.
You just have to fight through it.
You've got no
Oh
way.
wow!
Oh god.
There's that Blood Moon, and everything has gone wrong.
The game is over. Scoop them up. Let's go to game 2 and stop wasting
Yeah.
any more time.
Hold on, let's see. What basics does he have? He has 2 forests. That's it. Yeah, it's game. There is no way.
Well, he has Noble Hierarchs, okay, so we can actually draw Forest Noble Hierarch. And Mark never scoops. Mark literally will not scoop here. He will sit here and let Ev beat him with a 1-2, or a 1-4, should I say, for the whole game, rather than scoop.
And if I'm Ev, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I won't cast any other spells. I won't show him the rest of my deck. In fact, if I was Ev, I'd wait for a...
Scoop in response to Gitaxian Probe, just so he doesn't see your deck.
Damn. No, hold on, wait. Does he have anything? Oh, he's seen the Splinter Twin. Damn.
And
'Cause-
Snapcaster, mate.
Because if he
so.
didn't have the Splinter Twin in hand, Mark might...
Fossil's Blessing. Oh, yeah.
If he didn't have the Splinter Twin, Mark might have thought, oh, he's just on a control deck.
Yeah.
Because I would just cast Snapcaster Mage end of
Snapcaster
turn,
Mage, yeah,
hit him for
go
2.
him. Yeah, yeah. Oh, like if I'm Ev right now, I'm not hanging around. I'm just going Bolt end of turn, Snapcaster Bolt. No, he didn't play a land, but Ev waiting here is not what he wants to do at all.
Yeah.
Like do not give him a chance to draw his forest and get back in this game.
Yeah.
I'm just going slam Snapcaster Mage here and attack you for 7 turns
Yeah.
or whatever it is that's
I
needed
mean,
to kill him.
all of this red mana that does nothing. Less than 0.
Yeah. Fair enough. Now he's picked up another land here. I'm definitely going Snapcaster Bolt here. 100%. Yeah, Snapcaster Bolt.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's figured it out.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just given 2-3 turns to Mark of drawing.
Well, maybe one extra anyway. Maybe one extra. Like he got the 3 back that he wouldn't have gotten last turn if he just slammed Snapcaster and attacked. So maybe he's actually given him no extra time.
Yeah.
Like, but I suppose if he's going to do that, he should have gone Snapcaster main phase, Gataxian Probe just to gain some value rather than flashing in end of turn. But
how do you actually feel about the 2 Blood Moon?
wow.
Spell Skies.
Spell Guide. Oh, we get the Spell Snare, which he knew Ev had.
All the spells.
Yeah.
The spells. What do you feel about the 2 Blood Moon in the main for Ev?
Well, sometimes you just win the game, as we see it right
Yeah.
here. He really likes it. He said it's awesome. It was a thing that was oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Kill you. Game's over. Yeah. So it was something that was brought on board by players when we saw the Dig Through Time start to come into this deck. So people were adding like a one-off Blood Moon here and there because it was a really nice target to dig for. We also saw Yalgar Regersma at the Pro Tour actually had 1 to 2 copies of this in his main deck without Dig Through Time. Of course, it was after the bannings, so he was just playing it for value, as Ev is playing here. And yeah, sometimes you just get free wins. Like
I guess against the Abzan decks, which were running all
just
over
slam
the
it on turn 3 and just get a free win.
So we're going to look at Ev's sideboard here. He's got 2 Ancient Grudge, 2 Anger of the Gods, 2 Blood Moon, 1 Combust, 1 Echoing Truth, 2 Engineered Explosives, 1 Flame Slash, 1 Hercules Recall, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Relic of Generous, 1 Shatterstorm. He has plenty. He has the 2 Anger of the Gods. Do you like going up to the full 4 Blood Moon? Actually, do you know what should be?
Wrecks this deck
Do you know what should be in Mark's sideboard? A basic island.
He has a basic. Well, he's got like 5 basic islands in the
Does
main
he?
deck.
Oh,
no, sorry, no. I'm looking at Evan's deck. Sorry, excuse me.
No, I think he's only got 2 forests. He's got no basic. Yeah, really, his sideboard should have 1 basic.
He actually
island.
doesn't have a basic island.
No.
I was a bit like, this Bloodmoon wrecks this deck so badly. Like
It's
he
insane.
can go for, like he's gonna be fetching forest as often as possible here. So the impact of Bloodmoon is definitely going to be lessened.
So I'm thinking the Engineered Explosives, Anger of the Gods, and 2 Blood Moon.
So Anger, Engineered Explosives, Combust deals with a white or a blue creature, right?
Yes.
Don't know if it's a bit narrow.
Yeah.
Engineered Explosives for sure. Flame Splash, I think Flame Splash is probably okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants Pitting Needle to name the land. Can you name a land with Pitting Needle, or can you?
Yes.
Name, yeah,
as
you
long
can
as
name a
it-
land.
Yeah, so you can turn off all of the Ink Moth nexus.
Yes, but you can't use a mana ability. You can,
Yeah.
They can still use mana abilities of a land. So
Yeah.
you can turn off Inkbot Nexus with Pitting Needle. Maybe he wants some effect like that.
He might want to take out a lot of the. He might want to take out the twins.
No,
No.
You're straight up combo in this matchup. This is a
okay.
race. You're racing, absolutely straight up racing. You want to take out your value spells to a certain extent. So Snapcaster Mage in one way is not very good because it's the long grindy game
Sure.
which you don't want to play against these.
Yeah.
However, Snapcastering back Bolt is quite good.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know.
My
Like
thought-
Batterskull, for example, those type of cards are
Yeah,
just out of the deck.
My thought process on taking out Twin is because I feel like Infect is a faster combo deck.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a turn 3 combo, whereas Splinter Twin is always a turn 4, and maybe I just want to beat them with Spell Skite. Just these bullets. He his deck is full of bullets. It's got 2 Spell Skites, and now it'll hopefully have those 4 Blood Moons. We
Yeah.
just get to go game over,
Yeah.
and I want to get to those instead of having Splinter Twin sitting in my deck
Yeah.
that I never really want to cast because if I can ever be punished for it, I'll just lose.
Yeah.
So we'll actually see what Mark has in his sideboard. He's got 1 Wild Defiance, 3.
He doesn't actually have a Wild Defiance.
Oh, sorry,
He has
no,
14 cards, and one of them, the Wild Defiance
Should
is
be an
gone,
island.
So, yeah. So 3 copies of Spell Sky, 1 Dryad Arbor, 3 Twisted Image, 1 Carrion Call, 2 copies of Spell Pierce, 2 Nature's Claim, 2 Dispel. Carrion Call, 3 and a green, instant, Scars of Mirrodin, uncommon, put 2 1/1 green insect creature tokens with Infect onto the battlefield.
Amazing.
So this is like what? Just fight the black green decks? Like fight the.
I don't know.
I think it's just for fighting 1-for-1 removal.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
It's got to be against black green. 4 mana. Like that's the type of card I guess you want against them. I guess.
Maybe.
Instant speed, trick them a little bit in the turn. I don't know.
I'd probably rather have the the Rangers Guile. I'd rather just have that.
Maybe. Okay, so anyway, I think he probably wants 2 Nature's Claim here. He definitely wants to be able to fight the combo, the Splinter Twin combo, so it being able to destroy an enchantment is quite nice. Dispels seem fairly decent here. Ev with a lot of instant speed, kind of lightning bolts, this and that. I suppose a lot of his instant speed comes from his creatures too, so I'm not sure just how good the spell is here, but it seems fine. Spell Pierce maybe, take out some Blood Moons, take out some, lightning bolt effects, that kind of thing. But I think both players want to be kind of as combo as possible here. Ev needs to be very careful here with sideboarding because he's playing against a lightning quick deck. I actually think Blood Moon is too slow on the draw here. I think I might not sideboard in Blood Moon on the draw. On the play though, probably good enough.
Okay, turn 1 Serum Visions versus a turn 1 Overgrown Tomb from Mark.
Remand is a card Ev absolutely has to be away from here after board, so I sincerely hope he's gotten Remand out of his deck.
Yeah.
Remand a 4 easy sideboard out here. Everything he's playing is generally 1 mana or whatever. It's usually instant speed spells that are very cheap.
Yeah.
And you don't really want Remand against a deck like this.
Yeah. See, I'd always be very tempted as well. You can. Oh no, sorry, it's a third in Catacombs. I'd always be very tempted. You might get into a best case scenario type of mindset where you're like, okay, if I can just kill 2 of his guys in the first 2 or 3 turns and then land a Blood Moon, it is game.
Yeah.
But you can't always depend on that. But Mark not doing anything on turn 1, not casting. Is that a? No, it's not a Glistener Elf in his hand. I mean.
So he has an Inkmon Nexus here, which is actually one of your most resilient threats.
Absolutely.
Resilient to sorcery speed removal, so a Flame Slash, for example, from Ed would not be able to take care of this if he did sideboard it in.
He's got a Noble Hierarch.
And we're being told here, actually, in the chat, Carrion Call is for Liliana. Specifically, I suppose, Liliana. It does seem a reasonable answer against Liliana. Not too bad.
But, yeah, like we said, for the black-green decks, but people don't seem to be playing that rock deck anymore. They seem
Not
to be
as
playing
much.
the green-white splash black deck.
And your Inkmon Nexus are still okay against Liliana, too.
Yeah.
Again, immune to sorcery speed removal, so...
But yeah, just Mark going very slow right here. Not really being able to punish Ev simply for being on the draw.
Yeah.
Which is what feels to me like is the main benefit of the deck. If you win the roll,
Yeah.
you're a million
So,
miles ahead.
Mark probably going to fetch for a basic forest here.
Yeah.
I'd have to imagine he has basic forest for green mana, and if the Noble Hierarch can hang around for a turn or 2, it'll also provide the blue mana that he might need to.
Okay.
So playing around Blood Moon as much as he can here.
Is that a snow-covered forest there from
It
Ice
does
Age?
look like a snow-covered forest from Ice Age.
Yeah, nice. I
He
dig
Sully
it.
wouldn't be happy.
No, I love it.
No.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of snow. They're kind of cool, I guess, but it's a little bit pretentious for me. It's like, yeah, look at me. I can play snow-covered first, so I'm cool. It's a bit hipster. It's a bit hipster. Not a big fan.
We can see a Blighted Agent. Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. Maybe this isn't a type of deck that Mark is a big fan of.
Here we go. Become immense in the hand for Mark here. So explosions.
Uncastable.
We may see
Ancient Grudge.
okay, Ancient Grudge side in from Ev. Interesting one. Quite nice. Able
Wow.
to take care. It's a removal spell. So Mark has to have something. We see a
He's got
Vines.
yeah,
He's a Vines.
Vines of afterwards.
So
So
he goes Vines kicked.
get in for 6 damage.
So Dispel, something like that from Ev here. No.
So 6 infect.
So Sick Infect, he doesn't have enough to be able to use
Become immense.
Become immense. Vines of Aswood is hexproof or is it
Yeah, it's
Shroud?
one. It's I've got it. That's a tough one.
It wouldn't say hexproof, of course, on it, but it might have the old awkward wording of
Your opponent can't.
yeah,
target.
exactly. Yeah, I can't remember. It has a lot of text in it, so I think it is the old hexproof. Yeah, it is a hexproof.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So you
makes
can
sense.
go like Vines of Aswood. Does it resolve? Okay, now my creature's safe. Now become immense.
And there's
So
that blood moon.
There's the blood moon from Ev, and this is why I didn't like it on the draw. It just doesn't do that much. Like you're too behind on board. You have to tap out for this now. He's just dead.
How is he just dead?
He took like 5 last turn. So he
But-
took 6 last turn, in fact.
There's the.
Oh, he can't animate his Inkmon next.
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
talking about?
I
yeah,
was like-
sorry, I'm an idiot. Okay, so Blood Moon actually is quite nice here. He didn't have to be afraid of a infect creature that turn, so it was actually safe to tap out. I'm a fool.
So right now, Ev needs to kill this, and I think he
It's not hexproof. It can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control this turn.
Yeah, that's hexproof.
Yeah. Oh, it's not specifically hexproof. Yeah, people
Yeah.
are saying it's not hexproof. Okay, it doesn't have the word hexproof written on it.
It is
It's
hexproof,
hexproof. Let's just for the sake of, clarity, let's just call it hexproof. It's not shroud. It's the other one. That allows you to target your
Do you want
guy.
us to read out the wording of hexproof, the keyword,
Yeah.
and then we'll compare? and
It's pretty much
contrast?
exactly
It
what's
is the
written,
exact
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Listen, class. We'll bring you up to the front of the room.
Okay. Hang on a second. Somebody making a very valid point here. If you target an opponent's creature, that creature cannot be targeted by your opponent, and that does come up. You're dead right. That does come up. I've seen it.
Fine.
People try to target their own thing with something like
And you
an
vines it
enchantment or
afterwards,
equip
yeah.
it with an equipment or something, and yeah, you vines it. So no, that does come up. Thank you for that, folks.
And there's that anger of the gods. Does he have any? Does he become immense to save it?
He does.
Oh, he does.
He does. He's gonna have to.
Yeah.
And they have tapping out here. So does Mark have anything that he can untap and kill with?
Let's see. Spell
Spell
Skite
Skite.
and 2. Oh wait, he's got a blue spell. What is that?
So Spell Scout's fine. He doesn't have any more blue mana though. So
Swings for
blue.
one.
Oh, it's a twisted image, I think.
Yeah. And no way of casting it.
No. He doesn't really need to. Like, he's not going to be able to cast that for the rest of the game unless he draws a Noble Hierarch to
Yeah.
cast with the green.
Um,
No worries, it's the internet. We had to get our pitch for it. You're dead right. We were a bit forceful on our own hexproof thing there, so it's fine. You can be forceful back. You were dead right.
although let's be honest, it's a bit of a push your glasses up on your nose, going, it's not really hexproof.
No,
It's like,
it's not. No, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. They are dead right. That does
Okay.
come up. I've seen it come up. It is a relevant play.
yeah, okay, that's fair. But so yeah, it looks like Ev's on 7. I mean, the fact that Mark didn't have any pump spell right there, it's got to tell me that you've got some time.
Yeah, actually, in this matchup as well, somebody pointing out Splinter Twin. If they play Splinter Twin on their guy, you just Vines of the Vastwood and you counter the Splinter Twin.
Yeah.
So, Echoing Truth
Echoing Truth,
on
the
the
spell
Splinter
Skite.
Twin, or on the Spell Scout, should I say, and a Lightning Bolt for the guy. Seems fine.
Yeah.
Ev just basically siding in anything that can get rid of a creature, which does seem fine.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like this is how the deck is going to win, by just
Yeah.
going into control mode. I'd
Okay.
take out the Splinter Twins.
Okay. You just go into control mode. Don't try race. Just bring in everything that kills
Yeah.
your opponent.
Yeah.
Or kills your opponent's creature, should I say?
Because the good thing is a lot of your Pestermites and your Deceiver Exarchs still tap down their creatures. I mean, if they don't have the vines to stop that tap down, you can just be like, okay, after all, like, you're just like, buy me a turn. Bam, tap down one of your infect guys, I get an extra turn, lightning bolt your thing, and now Blood Moon, and look, we saw, like, Blood Moon is just making him dead in the water.
Yeah, that's very true. Blood Moon is excellent against this deck. Thought it might be a bit slow on the draw,
No, that's fair.
but no, it's doing a huge job here. We see
Ancient Grudge.
Ancient Grudge. Okay,
This
he
is
can't flash it back because his breeding pool can't tap for green. So he's just flashing it back with red mana, which is fine.
Yeah. I actually thought, I was just like, oh cool, he's still got the 1 mana up for his flashback lightning bolt, and
Yeah.
it was just like, no.
Yeah.
Blood
Blood
Moon.
Moon is just actually completely wrecked this deck in games 1 and 2. This has been a walkover because of that one card.
Blood Moon
So,
cuts
yeah.
both ways, but
Yep, fair play to F. He knew what he was doing, and he was just casting all the Deceiver Exarchs.
he's just like, let's make this very quick.
Yeah. And you may be dead right. He may have decided Splinter Twins out here.
I have a feeling he would have. To me, that seems like the logical choice,
Yeah.
because it's a combo deck that's a turn too slow, especially when you're on the draw.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, on the draw as well. Yeah.
It's just,
So end of turn, Snapcaster, Bolt you.
yeah.
Mark incapable of scooping, as
He's
we
got
mentioned already.
Might of Ultracosa and 2 Twisted Images in hand, doing nothing in this game.
Yep.
Ev should just have 1 thumbs up over the Blood Moon.
Yeah.
I'll be interested. A lot of the players, they show what they sideboard in on the table.
Yeah.
Sideboard in and out. I'll be interested to see if Ev does that.
Yeah. So actually, another valid point to make as well, which we didn't at the time. We didn't quite have time.
Ev,
the spell skites.
No, he still has the Splinter Twins. He sideboarded out some blue spells.
Okay. So the spell skites coming out of the board from Mark.
Yeah.
And the spell skites from Ev. Both players had, I think, up to about 3 after board.
Ev has
So
2.
Ev has 2. Does he have any main deck?
2 in the main.
2 in
none
the main
in the
and
side.
none on the board. Okay, so 2 after board from Ev if he wants them, which he would in this matchup. And Mark had a full 3 actually coming out of the sideboard as well. So I thought because of that as well, maybe one reason to side out Splinter Twin is playing against Belsky.
Yeah.
So that may have been one reason why he wanted it out. But
And yeah, I'm kind of shocked. Maybe he kept, like, I only saw one Splinter Twin.
Yeah.
Maybe he kept in just the one. So a lot of people do that when they sideboard. But yeah, I just gotta feel like the correct way of doing this is just take out your Splinter Twins, turn into a control deck.
yeah. He had a lot of removal for the creatures.
Absolutely.
After board.
Yeah.
He has Blood Moons. I think he sided up to the full 4. It looked like he was putting 2 back in his board there. So he had probably a full 4 Blood Moons, which just is a permanent answer to the
Inkmoth
Nexuses. So you've got like one answer to like one quarter, a full third of your opponent's creatures. You have 4 of permanent answer to that. Every copy they ever draw. So he had a lot of removal there. I think you're right. He just really went to a control deck after board. So yeah.
And as well, then the 2 like he only has 4 lightning bolt in the main, and then he gets to bring in 2 Anger the Gods. He doesn't actually have a huge amount of removal, but I think it might be enough.
Yeah.
It's just enough to be like, okay, Blood Moon, I win.
Yeah.
Which we saw.
Cool.
And
the Snapcaster Mages, of course, 4 of in the main as well, able to act as kind of copies 5 to 8 of Lightning Bolt or whatever,
absolutely,
kind of thing. So yeah, no, it was a nice board plan there from Ev. He did a lot of good work there with the sideboard cards that he brought in. So Mark just completely and utterly wrecked by Blood Moon. So
I'd love to bring Ev in and see what his sideboard plan was, and if he didn't do what I said, to just scold him and just tell him he's wrong.
Yeah. I actually think Blood Moon is really good in the metagame right now. So you've got this deck, which is picking up in popularity a lot. You've got the Abzan deck, which is floating around, which is playing a lot of jewels, a lot of fetches and that kind of thing. And you also have the
Townships.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you wreck that deck with the Blood Moon, and you also have the Bloom Titan deck, which is picking up in popularity big style too.
If they don't go off turn 2, turn 3, you just like Blood Moon, I win.
Oh, Blood Moon completely wrecks that deck as well. So you've got like 3 top tier decks at the moment that just get destroyed by Blood
Just
Moon.
fall to Blood
2
Moon.
off Blood Moon seems really nice from Ev. I really like 2 off Blood Moon.
was
Main decks, or should I say?
I was a bit dodgy about it, but yeah, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, I think he's dead right. Like, could we see like kind of the Blue Moon deck have a resurgence here?
It popped up a little bit, but it's not doing as well as I thought it would be. I prefer than Splinter Twin. I think Twin is the way you want to go with it.
So
I'm actually going to go grab Ev.
I think I saw him walking away there. I wonder, is he on his way over? Do grab him. If he's not on his way over, let's bring him in and have a little chat. Blood Moon. My most hated card probably in the whole game. I cannot stand Blood Moon. It wrecks me every single time. I've never beaten it, so
we're going to
I personally hate it, but I can appreciate the work it does, and it did some serious work there.
So we're going to have Ev McHugh in here.
How's it going?
We have a question
Yo.
about your sideboard plan. What was your sideboard?
What was
How did
my
you board?
sideboard?
How did you board?
Against him?
Yeah. 2 of Blood Moon in.
One Blood Moon in.
Okay.
2 Anger of God.
Yeah.
1 Ancient Grudge.
Did you bring in the Flame Slash?
I did.
Yeah.
And
What did you take out?
the Echoing Truth.
The Echoing
I
Truth.
took out 4 Remands,
Yeah.
1 Batterskull, because
Yeah.
life means
Absolutely.
nothing in that
Yeah, I
match.
knew you'd take them 5 out. I wasn't sure after that.
And I think I took out 1 Probe,
Okay.
One
just
probe.
because I was bringing in things like Flame Slash and shit that were a bit more proactive.
I forgot he had the Remands. See, my thought process was you take out all the Splinter Twins.
Oh yeah, and Remand was the 4 of. Definitely had to come out. It's awful against.
Yeah,
Sure, he
yeah.
has like free spells. in that
Yeah,
deck,
absolutely.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, see, I forgot about the Remands. The thing about the Splinter Twin, I'm like, is like, it's just a slower combo than his Infect combo.
Oh no, it absolutely is. Blood Moon was the name of that game, but I just
Yeah.
didn't like bringing in 3 of them against him.
I actually
Sending
thought
into-
it might be slightly too slow on the draw. I thought it was good on the play and maybe too slow on the draw, but it just completely wrecks his deck. It's incredible against him. Like, he actually had the Noble Hierarch and the Forest to spend both of his mana. You just killed the Noble Hierarch and then he just couldn't play anything else. So yeah, it does wreck.
It was
his deck,
fairly
so.
mean looking, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was being a little bitch about it.
Was he?
To
Yeah.
be fair, yeah, he was stomping and moaning like a 6-year-old girl. No fairness though.
He made a mistake though. We both felt like game 1 he should have been shocking himself to get down his Blighted Agents. He had 2 of them in his hand and he waited until turn 3.
Yeah, I really didn't know why he just didn't play Blighted Agent on
I
turn 2.
assume I was even up mana. I think he was playing around Spell Snares because he saw one at one stage off a probe. I can't remember why or when, but He was probably
Okay.
just playing.
Or maybe he
playing
saw
around
spell
with
snare.
it.
Maybe we didn't catch that, but like, sure, fair enough. I mean, if you have the spell snare, then he has to play around it. He can't just run it directly into it. But like, maybe he was trying to protect it. He was trying to spend it and wait a turn to keep up like a Vines of the Vastwood for your bolt or something. But I don't think he has the luxury of doing that in this matchup. I think if he waits, he just loses to your combo instead, which he has no way to interact with. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Maybe it's just badly positioned. I feel like the deck would be very good against all of the Abzan lists going around and that sort of thing, but Twin seems to just...
The Infector?
Yeah.
Well, Abzan has Abrupt Decay, which is non-damage based removal. It has
Yeah.
Path to Exile, which is non-damage based removal.
I agree with you, and they also have Lingering Souls, but apparently this deck was built, they built it in the Pro Tour to beat Abzan, and I remember thinking, I was like, really, does this beat Abzan? Like, if they're playing 4 Lingering Souls is absolutely incredible against this deck. Like, you do have the Blighted Agent, which can get through, and you do also have some number of Distortion Strike in the main deck, specifically for Lingering Souls, but...
You trump everything else all day long.
Yeah. You also, like you said, you've got like 4 paths, you've got like 3-4 Abrupt Decays, like...
You wouldn't play 4 Path and Abzan these days, would you?
No.
I thought 2 or 3 was the number.
Really?
But anyway,
Yeah.
long story
It's-
short, they have non-damage based removal spells to
Exactly, yeah.
deal with that kind
Well,
of thing.
I think their thought process was that they're cutting down on those non-damage based removal for a bigger board, because they were like, okay, we're gonna... All of the Abzan lists are like, we're going to be playing against other Abzan. These spot removal things don't do enough, so they've cut down on those. And the Infect deck is like, okay, maybe there's not enough now. My 4 Vines of the Vastwood and my Distortion Strikes might be enough.
Well, I'd say what are the lands called? The Inkmoth Nexus, Blinkmoth Nexus. I'd say they're very
Inkmoth,
good
yeah.
against Abzan because Decay doesn't touch them.
Yeah,
Abzan
they
doesn't
are.
have the
Yeah,
flyers,
yeah.
so I'd say
Liliana doesn't get them either. They
that was
are
probably
good.
their
Yeah.
thought process then for building that against
Yeah.
Abzan.
Oh yeah, no, like it has certain ways to get around them for sure. I just think Lingering Soul specifically just completely wrecks your deck. And the Blighted Agent is very easy to take care of with the Abrupt Decays and the Path to Exile. So you're 2-0 now.
Yeah,
Very nice. Keep it
Getting
going.
there.
You beat
Hopefully.
Mikhail in the first round.
I did.
How was
His deck.
that?
Have you seen his deck?
I really
yet?
wanted to get it on
very
camera.
good.
I really wanted
he
to
was
get
paired
it
up
on.
against Sanders again this round.
Yeah.
I think we'll get him next
If
round.
Michaela
Hopefully,
won
yeah.
this round, we'll probably get him on after this. His deck
it's
sounds
seriously
awesome.
cool. Like,
Yeah,
seriously
it
cool.
is.
I
It's
couldn't
really
believe what
slick.
I was seeing. Like,
Yeah.
especially 1 or 2 of it. I suppose there's no one here that we can spoil it on or anything like that. But he has the distortion stroke in the sideboard.
The which? The
Distor-
Stable Stroke.
Distortion
No, the
Strike.
the
The,
counter
one
spell.
gives it Infect.
No,
Oh.
it's the counter spell that if you have
4 or more.
a creature of
Oh.
4 or greater. What's it called? The blue one from the new set.
No, it's
Disdainful
just if the
Stroke.
spell costs 4 or more.
No, it's if you
Oh,
control
no,
creatures.
Stubborn
Ferocious.
Denial.
Stubborn Denial.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Different card.
So yeah, so he had a Knight of the Reliquary out.
Yeah.
He's like, I should be fine here.
Yeah.
Knight of the
Stubborn
Reliquary,
Denial.
Crack Satch, Watery Grave, Stubborn Denial. I was like, what?
Jesus.
Didn't see that one coming.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Knight of
God.
the Reliquary deck running that card. Like, but it
Nice.
fits right
And
in.
give
'cause-
some given and stuff like
yeah,
that.
because everything in his deck has 4 power or greater. Like the Goif's going to get to 4, and the Knights are definitely going to get to 4.
He's playing
so.
Goif at night, is he?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
it's
Knight of the
brilliant.
Reliquary so much. It's
Oh,
such
the
a
deck
slick
is really
card.
cool. I hope he's doing
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
show
yeah.
the
If
people at home, like-
he's 1-1 now, we're getting him on. Like I find it a little bit hard to put him on at 0-2, but if he's 1-1, he's getting on this camera.
Yeah, very
The
cool.
first round, we wanted to either put him or Sander on, and then Sander was playing against Will, so we're like, we'll throw them 2 on, 2 commentary guys. We'll see how they go.
Pure nepotism.
Yeah, yeah, pretty interesting match. So it wasn't too bad, but yeah, I am all about Michaela's deck tonight. So
And then we got to watch a Simon Mulligan to 4 and win in the Abzan mirror.
multi-four.
Yeah, we saw that. We were looking over a show for
Insane.
Daniel's shoulder at the time.
it was pretty awesome. It
Yeah,
was-
that what was it? The Zealous Persecution,
Oh,
3-for-1. That was
absolutely.
pretty timely.
That was pretty good.
that
But,
might have
the-
been the
the-
thing that won him the game.
The fetch for the planes was a bit risky, so it may or may not have cost the tempo play from or cost down enough tempo. So, but anyway, multi-4 win, always good. So that's it, I think, for round 2. We will be back shortly, I'd imagine. We can't see the clock here in front of us for what's left in round 2, but probably not a whole pile of time. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting anyone from a backup feature match on, so I guess we'll just wait it out. Have a little bit of a chat about what's on tonight, what may be on for the rest of the night, and where we are going forward.
So we're gonna go with.
We actually are.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Dave Glennon and Gus.
Dave Glennon versus Gus?
Yeah.
Okay, they're probably 1-1 or something.
Yeah,
Oh no.
one night they're just moving over to stream night. So.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Glenn is on Grix's control. Unfortunately, we do not. Actually, we do have a list.
It's pretty hilarious. I was just watching it.
Okay, so Glennon on Grix's control, and we have Fergus Looney is on Well, he was on the blue, white, red sort of. What would you call it?
So-
the aggro tempo control deck with a bit of a.
Yeah.
Sorry, where are we here?
So yeah,
Guys.
Glennon's deck is called Grixis Howie.
Rix's Howie.
It's got 2 Cruel Ultimatums, 2 Gristlebrand, 3 Cryptic Command. Actually, it's 4 Cryptic Command. I think he's changed that. 3 Phyrexian Obliterator, because he just can't help but put Phyrexian Obliterator in
Every deck. Every deck he owns, yeah.
3 Vendilion Click, 4 Snapcaster Mage, 4 Remand, 4 Electrolyze, 2 Dreadbore, 1 Terminate, or 3 Terminate. He loves Terminate as well.
He does.
4 Lightning Bolt.
I like Terminate as well. It's seriously unconditional. You know?
Yeah.
It's not non-black creature. It's not CMC lower than 3.
Yeah,
it does
absolutely.
everything.
It does what you want it to do.
Cool. So is he playing? He's playing Cruel Ultimatum. I'm
Cruel
a big fan.
Ultimatum.
Is that Grizzlebrand?
2 Gristlebrand
Is he
in
actually
the
just
main.
hard casting Grizzlebrand?
Yeah.
That's his win condition.
That's one of his win cons. Yeah.
Oh yes. This is ridiculous, Glenn. And what are you up to?
3 to 1
man?
odds, he doesn't get to cast that at
Oh
all.
god. What is he doing? Like Snapcaster Mage should be your win condition in this deck, and Vendilion Clique. There's no need at all for Phyrexian Obliterator and Grizzlebrand at all. Like, but anyway,
Opening hand, Cruel Ultimatum, Gristlebrand. What's it? Cryptic Command and 3 lands that are all off color, and you're like,
yeah.
oh.
Dreadbores as well. Playing sorcery speed Dreadbore is probably not ideal, but sure, you know.
I'd probably rather just have 4th Terminate. I mean,
I'd probably rather Man Leak over Remand in a deck like this as well, but
Yeah, because this deck isn't planning to do anything.
Yeah,
Like,
you
the
remand
aim
it and then you
for
just cast it
it's
next turn,
guaranteed
like-
to come down
Yeah,
again. I'd
yeah.
definitely be playing like
'Cause,
3 mana leaks, 2
yeah.
cryptics or something.
yeah.
like I
Oh,
appreciate.
sorry, he does have the cryptics as well.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Dreadbore for a while, but I'm like, there's no Planeswalker that's very good right now. Like Liliana's terrible, really.
Well, Liliana's Liliana, but she's
I think she's terrible. Right now, there's Lingering Souls everywhere. I'm just thinking she's not good.
fair enough.
I love her.
Growing in popularity.
Who's this?
Obstinate
Liliana
Bailout
the
and
Veil?
Deadly Fieges are getting more popular as well.
Liliana the Bell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Liliana's horrible at the moment.
Yeah. The little kid deck as well, playing the Smiters and the
Oh,
Willy
yeah.
Fleas, just
Who
like
came
Ev
up
was
with
saying.
that name?
I know. Little
How,
kid.
how are
I
they
know.
getting away with
I
that?
know, a
name?
little kid. It's
Did
just
you-
all big kid stuff. Like
No,
it's all...
no. Do you know why it was called that? It was because it's a little kid deck. They're like, I like green white, and I like to play all of my big creatures.
And I can't
that are-"
afford Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it was. It was
Yeah.
like I can't afford Tarmogoyf, so it's
Yeah.
little kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's just why it's called that.
Uh-huh.
Except that now it plays all these hugely expensive cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
don't know.
not buying it.
Yeah,
Still
anyway.
was having a laugh at that name, but we'll go on.
I prefer the one Bring Out the Little Kid, where you play Fauna Shaman to search through your deck. So you have to find the little kid. You bring him out. Okay, so it looks like Glenn has a keeper.
Glennon has a keeper, and Ghost
Burgess
here
playing
is
today?
on the thing. Yeah, I was just about to go through that. So Ghost is playing the big fella, Tassiger the Golden Fang, 2 of in the main, playing 4 Siege Rhino, 1 Olivia Voldaren. Oh yeah, here we go. 4 color Dragon Control. 1 Olivia Voldaren, 4 copies of Tarmogoyf, 2 Tassiger as we mentioned, 2 copies of Scavenging Ooze. They're the creatures in the deck. We have 4 Lightning Bolts, 3 Lingering Souls, 3 Path to Exile, a Maelstrom Pulse, 2 Thoughtseize, 4 Inquisition of Kozilek, 3 Liliana the Veil, Fergus your mana, 3 Abrupt Decays, and then here's the mana base. This should be worth a laugh. 1 Sacred Foundry, 2 Raging Ravine, 4 Verdant Catacombs, 2 Overgrown Tomb, 2 Godless Shrine, 2 Swamp, 2 Forest, Marsh Flats, Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heaths, a Plains, Urborg Turm Yawgmoth, and a Stirring Wildwood.
I love the 3 man lands
This
as
is
well.
hilarious. Yeah, the man lands, yeah,
3
different
mana and
ones.
5 basic lands
Yeah.
for 4 color deck.
Yeah.
Greed
That
is real.
ballsy.
The greed is real.
This is hilarious, yeah. Just random stuff like 4 Fulminator Mages to go along with a Fracturing
Oh,
Gust
no.
in the sideboard.
Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah, here
Yeah.
we have Gristlebrand, Lightning Bolt, Inquisition, Snapcaster Mage. That Gristle. Yeah, Glenn
That's
laughing
hilarious,
like,
yeah.
here's my
You
Gristlebrand.
can keep the Grizzlebrand. I can't take it, but I don't want to. Yeah, taking Snapcaster here, I think. I suppose if he needs to protect something in his hand from Inquisition, he might take that.
He has
but-
another 1-drop.
I know, he's got a bunch of 4-drops. He's got his Siege Rhinos and his Tassigers. I mean,
yeah.
Inquisition doesn't hit them, but
Okay,
yeah, he's
so he
taking
might have something he
Inquisition.
wants to keep.
Okay.
Liliana not bad against his hand, so if he has Liliana here, he might want to keep it.
So it's going to be Blue
Plays
Delta.
Fetchland.
Not going to... Yeah, okay. So he's going to have his Lightning Bolt back up.
Yeah, just in case he needs to kill like a Tarmogoyf. Scavenging Ooze seems fine. The Lightning Bolt is to me. Big giant target that Gus played on his own creature. He of course knew that the Lightning Bolt was in the deck from Glennon, but I think he's just like, yeah, kill my guy, sure. Next turn I play the Goyf, the actual payoff card.
Yeah. Plus, as well, Glenn has to take 3 to do this. I mean,
Yep.
you know, I mean, this kind of nickel and diming, I suppose it is to a win. It does win sometimes. I mean, you just like the opponent can look at their life total and go, "Oh,
Yeah.
I've only got 8 life left," and you're like,
Raging Ravine you.
Raging Ravine, you're dead."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I guess I am. Oops."
Yes. No, this does seem like a matchup where Fergus would be heavily favoured. Well, should I say the crazy steps he's taken to add every colour in Magic into his deck is favoured. It's the exact type of matchup where doing something like that gives you a big edge.
Except blue. No blue. And there we go. There's the Tarmogoyf. He is a big man.
Oh, he is playing blue. He's playing blue as a splash colour on the Tassiger, so he does feature blue mana somewhere in his deck.
No.
I know he's not actually playing blue mana sources,
Okay, yeah,
but he
yeah.
has the colour blue
It's
in
there
his deck.
somewhere,
It's
yeah.
there somewhere.
We'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, if Gus's Urboard will play a part in Glennon's Resurrection Obliterator plans today.
Very true, yes, very true indeed. Or the Grizzlebrand, with the quadruple
Oh, no,
black.
look, the Grizzlebrand isn't happening. Let's just get over that
He's
right
never
now.
casting that, just ever.
You don't know that. We can dream, Ev.
No.
Like how many cruel ultimatums? 2 of, like that's already too many 8 drops. Like. Actually, I think cruel ultimatum is 7, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Still
7.
though, it's too many cards that cost 6 or more.
But if Glenn is not hitting a land every turn, he's got 4 to 5 cards in his deck that are just a pipe dream. Like, I don't I don't understand.
Gus pointing out
Yeah.
that Glennon couldn't get a basic island with his his
True. His
Bloodstained
Bloodstained
Mire.
Mire, yeah. So
So-
Snapcaster Mage going for Inquisition of Cause. Like, I hope this is not end of turn, Glennon. Unlikely.
you need that blocker. I mean,
That blocker. Oh, the Goyf, of course. The play from Gus was the Goyf last turn. So
and there's a Abrupt Decay Lightning Bolt.
take Decay, let him keep Bolt.
Yeah,
But what's he
yes.
protecting from Abrupt Decay here?
His Snapcaster Mage, I guess.
That's it. Does he have anything after board that he needs to protect here? Oh, we don't see a sideboard from Glennon.
No, we do. He's
Oh, we
got
do.
4 Inquisition of Kozilek, 2 Erebos, 3
Spreading Seas.
3 Spreading Seas, 3 Bituminous
Bituminous
Blast. Absolutely.
Yeah.
3 Rakdos Charm.
Spreading Seas. Gus
Um,
is playing a ridiculously mana heavy or land intensive deck. Maybe he brought the Spreading Seas in and doesn't want it to get decayed.
Sure.
Okay, that's the only reason. Otherwise, I'm letting him keep that Decay and taking the Bolt. Because that Goyf is going to beat hard here, so...
Yeah, slaps.
I don't know, if my opponent is like, take a turn to Spreading Seas one of your
Again,
land,
I'm not
you're
saying
like,
it's the best play, but
deadly.
I'm definitely taking the Bolt there, 100%. Like, it's likely that whatever you
Terminate.
let him keep, he's just going to use the Kill the blocker and get in, but still, there's no reason to let him keep Bolt. Like, if he attacks, do you just jump once, and then you haven't dealt with the Goyf, and then you still have 3 extra damage you have to deal with. So,
There's those lovely full art terminates.
ew.
I think he's just playing them because he's like, I've got full art terminates, I'll just play them. No murderous cuts for me. None of these more prime removal spells. None of that. Full art terminates.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gus has 1 card in hand. I mean,
we know what it is, do we? No, we didn't see that one.
no, he's 2. Okay.
I was just about to say, if he draws a land, he really wants it to be a Raging Ravine, and there is the Raging Ravine.
Spreading Seas on the Raging Ravine.
So he did side in against the Manlands, the Spreading Seas. So
By the way,
nice play. He gets a cycle too.
Glennon is 5/8 of the way.
Another man.
5/8 of the way to Gristlebrand.
He is. True. And Gus probably doesn't have an awful lot in his
Here
deck
it
to
comes.
take care of it.
6/8 of the way to
Oh
Gristlebrand.
my god, wow.
There's no way. There's no way.
This is
Am I going to
hilarious.
eat my words live on TV?
I will be so delighted if he plays a Grizzlebrand and just gets there. It'll be hilarious.
Flashback, Snapcaster Mage, kill your Terminator dude. Yeah, gotta be.
Yep.
Yeah, seems fine. to
And
me.
it's only a planes in hand for
Boom
Gus.
shakalaka.
Oh,
Wow.
oh wait,
This is hilarious.
planes in hand for Gus is all he has left.
I feel like Gus needs to be sanding a Liliana if he draws one here. Does he? Just to
imagine
take
so,
care.
yeah.
Well, okay. Now that he's played the Snapcaster Mage, he probably can't, which is kind of what I was getting at. But if he had a Liliana, does he kind of just need to sand it just in case Glenn draws the 8th mana and just plays the Grizzlebrand?
Spreading Seas on his Sacred
his
Foundry
white
draw
red
card.
card.
Oh, there's 7/8 of the way.
Oh my god.
We're gonna
Somebody-
see
We're
it.
actually going to see this.
Will it happen?
Please. This is going to be the greatest thing.
Glennon heralded as a genius.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I hope all the fans at home are as delighted to see this.
Yeah,
I-
I've actually never seen this where your game plan is strictly hard
Hardcast the
cast the Grizzlebrand. Like he's no way to cheat this into
Did
play.
Glenn not play a land that turn? I don't think he did.
Don't you dare sand lands.
Don't. Hell,
That can't be real.
if I was Glenn, I just wouldn't even be playing.
No,
I
he
would-
did. You're right. He sanded a land. He actually just didn't play his land last turn. What was he
I
thinking?
assume that was a
Glennon,
mistake.
come on now. We need to see you hardcast this. I'm not happy with. I'm not sufficiently happy with Snapcaster beatdowns.
Okay, we have a land and a bolt.
Oh shit! Accidentally
Had the
shown.
cryptic command.
Accidentally shown.
I would actually stop attacking with the Snapcaster mage,
Yeah.
just so that I'd have more time to play with the Grizzlebrand.
Yeah, it's like just pass the turn with the Snapcaster. I was like, any attacks? No.
Wow, just
So Gus is not
Three,
thrilled with this.
Gus has about 4 lands in hand. It looks like.
no, don't electrolyze him. You want to cast Grizzlebrand?
Is it the land? Come on now.
Gus has
Come
a
on
bolt.
now. Don't
Land,
slow roll
yes.
it, Glennon. Don't slow roll it, Glennon. Yes.
Go.
Who cares about keeping cryptic up? This is not about playing the game correctly, Glennon. This is all about hardcasting Grizzlebrand. Come on now.
Do it.
This is
Go.
gonna be a first.
Go. Ah,
Don't think about it.
Don't
Glennon.
shuffle
Don't
it,
think.
just throw
don't
it.
think. Don't talk yourself out of it. Just slam
there it is.
It's a great
Look at it.
idea.
Yeah.
To the front. Is that it?
He just gets greedy. He wants to keep his cryptic up.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yes! It's Grizzlebrand beats. It's Grizzlebrand beats. What's he on? He's on 9. He can surely afford to draw 7.
I do it 3 times. Just
Afford to draw 7. Go to 2.
no, he can't because
What?
Gus. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes. The
Unbelievable.
Grizzlebrand beats.
And the foil black lava reach.
Oh yes.
Oh wow. That's fantastic.
10 out of 10.
Big props to Glennon for hardcasting Grizzlebrand. Even bigger props to Gus for the beta lightning balls over there on the other side of the battlefield.
I feel like-
I think the win is for him there.
I feel like no.
Farm black borders for it.
Ah, no, okay, I take that win back. Glennon, you actually do win this match.
I feel like lighting up a cigarette. Not gonna lie.
that's so good. Yeah, I need a whiskey or something. Like a brandy and a cigar. Like that was. That
Can't
was awesome.
fizzle the grizzle.
Awesome. Awesome. Well done, Glennon. That's probably the first and last time we'll ever see that. So take it in, guys.
This is Grixis.
That was a huge moment.
That is a howie.
Yeah.
Just howie.
Big
there,
moment.
there you go. There's your Grizzlebrand. Took out the abrupt decays and the light, or one abrupt decay and the light 3 lingering souls.
Yeah.
That's
I guess.
fair. Like this is I think what Glenn is trying to do. He's just trying to bring together a deck that's like, what do you sideboard? You know, like it's pretty tough to sideboard against it.
It is sideboard against this deck, yeah. I think you just you want more Tarmogoyfs. That's the kind of
Yeah,
card you want
yeah.
in this matchup. You want a good beater with a big. Well, actually, I suppose
So he
he's
should
got
side-
some lightning bolts, but other than that, he has got ways to just straight up kill things. So
Yeah.
he's got terminates and dreadbores and that kind of stuff.
Maybe it's enough. Yeah, maybe this is.
This is a hard deck to sideboard against. I'm with you. Like it's quite grindy. You know, if you start going too slow, you just straight up lose the Cryptic Command. Like Cryptic Command wrecks decks that are too slow. You know, so you need the type of card like a Tarmogoyf to bring pressure on these to put pressure on the Cryptic Commands. But
I feel like this deck would lose to itself a lot with those hands that are
Yeah.
kind of like a Cruel Ultimatum and Grizzlebrand and a Cryptic Command in
Yeah,
hand and
yeah.
4 lands, and you're like, oh, okay, I have to mulligan.
After mulligan, I lose to every deck in the format.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, some hands you're just like, you know, Lightning Bolt, Snapcaster Mage, Electrolyze, Cryptic Command, and, you know, lands. And you just draw into your Cruel Ultimatums and stuff.
But if one of those lands is, what you call it, the 4/4 flying vigilance, blue-white one.
Oh yeah, the Celestial Column.
Yeah, I'd rather just be playing Jeskai control. Like,
Probably.
but you don't get
Sphinx
to cast
Revelation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't get to cast Grizzlebrand.
True.
So we're the fools.
Yep. So anyone just joining us, we've just had an epic moment. We just saw a hard cast Grizzlebrand. We didn't actually get to see it attack and kill the opponent. It was
No.
sufficiently enough damage. It was 9
Its
on the
presence
battlefield.
enough is-
Its presence enough was enough to make Gus cower and weep in the corner.
Yeah.
So there were tears. So that was awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we are in Dublin, Ireland here. This is Gamersworld. We're playing Modern, which is the SCG game night.
Yep.
People may be familiar with it. This is the night we play it. Modern every week, Wednesdays. We're always here. We're covering 4 rounds of Modern each night, so we've just watched round 2 here, coming to a close.
No, it's round 3.
That was round
3.
No, that's round 2, man. That's the end of
Round 3.
that's the end of round 2.
So,
This is the backup feature match.
Sorry, because I always forgot because we brought in 2 backup feature matches, which is weird to me. Usually it takes a bit longer.
Very true. So,
I'm amazed we have the time to do that. That's pretty great.
So we've seen 4 different matches on the camera. That was the end of round 2, like we said. So just a couple games coming to a close. My name is Daniel Gilligan.
Eamon Jones
Sitting beside me here. Evan McHugh, you've been listening to too, who was actually just on the feature match. He got a win, so he's been just kind of giving us a little bit of thoughts on this. Good to have you here, Ev.
Great.
So yeah, really interesting. We've actually seen some good magic here tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get Michaela on coverage now in the next round. I really hope he won, so we can at least not feel bad about putting him on.
I think
the
even if
camera.
he doesn't come on, I'm going to read out that list anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. I'm taking this. I'm taking this list home with me later. I'm framing this and
Putting it on your
this
wall.
on my wall later on. Yeah. So
Your girlfriend comes in and you're just stroking the frame like, only you can make me feel this way.
yeah, that's my plan. So, anything with gifts and give, and I'm a big sucker for it. No, hang on a second. I'm just going straight for it. Where is this list?
No, wait,
I
don't
can't-
blow it yet. Come
Okay,
on, we have
fine.
time.
I really want to talk about
Got
it.
about 10 minutes and Michaela might be up in the feature match if he got it.
So awesome.
Might
It'll
be.
make
Nah,
us
it's
cry,
good. Even if
yeah.
he loses, even if he's
I have to put him on. Like, how can I not put this deck on stream?
Well, ask the people what they want. If there's
So
a
good.
majority vote that they want to see, even regardless of Michaela's score, that they
Okay,
want to see the deck.
here we go. People, if you want to vote, let's hear your voice. We have a deck here tonight featuring Knight of the Reliquary and Gifts Ungiven in the same deck. If you and Life in the Loam. If this isn't a deck you want to see on stream, I don't know what is.
What's going on
Tell
with
us,
your life?
people. Yeah, is this what you want to see? If this deck is 0-2 after 2 rounds, do you still want to see it on camera? Bear in mind, of course, that a lot of these cards are foil too. It's Michaela. He does love his foils. So
Yeah. No, actually, this time it's not. Because I handed back his deck to him, and he was like, because he had it just resting behind him, and I was like, Michaela, is this your deck? And he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, how much is that deck worth, Michaela? And he's like, about €1,800. And I was like, I thought it would be more actually. And he's like, I don't have the foils in it tonight. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
yeah,
It's
fair
not
enough.
worth about
Yeah.
$3,000.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he loves his foils. His idea is he wants play sets, and he wants one of each playset is a foil. So like he goes like, I want my playset of Liliana's, one as a foil.
Yeah.
I want my playset of this, one as a foil. I saw him at one of the GPs. He went over and he comes over to me. He's like, oh, look what I just bought. Tezzeret Agent of Bolas in foil. And you know how
Absolutely.
big a
Yeah,
fan I
yeah.
am of that card. He comes over like, oh my god, it's the sweetest thing ever, man. A foil Tezzeret. Wait a minute, do you even play with Tezzeret?
Yeah,
no, I
no.
just wanted my foil. I just need one of all of my playsets to be foil.
I actually
So-
can't wait. I feel like Michaela one day is going to make a cube, and it's going to be the sweetest looking cube of
Yeah.
all time, just like
Yeah.
all foil. Because as a cube owner myself, the best way we can do it, like some of the cards cost $1 million in foil. Like for example, one of my favorite cards, Mirror Entity. Cards are just bananas in cube. People undervalue it because if you turn 3 cast it, turn 4 on tap, and you win the game if you've got
Donuts. And all that. Yeah.
in regular it's like $4. In foil it's 20.
Yeah.
Just because of this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, there's some that are way worse than that, man. Legacy staples, Brainstorm, normal Brainstorm, $1, foil Brainstorm from Michaelian Mass, like $150 or
Yeah.
something. Like literally, we're talking hundreds
Yeah,
x,
yeah.
100x on the value of the spell.
It's kind of insane. So what we do is we just get our cards altered. Actually, we're going to be doing that with a white bordered Sylvan library. I know the vomit rising in your
God.
mouth,
Don't make me sick.
but we're going to full art it. We're going to get rid of that border, make it nice,
Very
because I
nice.
don't actually like the art of Sylvan library, so we're
No,
going to get
not
like
really.
some tree folk added to it or something,
Cool.
and just make it look a bit nicer, a bit more
Very nice.
picturesque.
The is it going to be your mate who does the altars usually?
Yeah,
Same guy. I don't know if anyone has seen it. It was going around a little bit online. The Master of Babes.
Master of Babes.
Master of Babes.
On Reddit, I got 1,000 karma, 1,000 upvotes.
1,000 upvotes.
It was huge.
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
cool.
absolutely.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, folks, check it out. It's a kind of a it's almost
fantastic.
crudely drawn. I would say it's not.
No,
like,
it's not. Genuinely, you
Really?
say this. If you go and look at it, the detailing on the Hawaiian shirt is magnificent. It is sublime.
Yeah, it's pretty pretty good. Master of Babes, here we go. Type it into Google, you'll get it straight away. Reddit stream.
You'll also get my username on Reddit. It's up the
Where
top
is
there.
it?
Just click on there.
Oh, you just click on the thing.
Unfortunately, I did take the picture with a camera phone. It was terrible.
A potato.
Yeah, look, but the detailing on it.
This is great. You have to get this up.
That's absolutely
Master of
perfect.
Babes.
Kudos.
It's brilliant.
Copy the image into the
Yeah,
chat.
okay.
Yeah,
let's
show it to
do
the
it.
people.
This is great.
But yeah, that's one of the cards. We also have like Talia, Guardian of Traben done up as Kill Bill. We've been meaning to get some other stuff done.
Oh, again, you.
Tepid Goose. Great nickname.
That's me.
Sorry to interrupt just lads, but has there been votes in for if Michaela wants to go up? 'Cause
Well,
I'm
we've
out
seen
and
some
tell them
people
now.
say yes, absolutely.
That's enough.
If you want me to go out and tell them now, because I'm going to
Yeah.
saunter on
Yeah,
back into the crowd.
go for it.
So we're going to get Michaela in,
yeah.
hopefully?
Yeah.
Win or lose now, yeah?
I guess so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Seems to be what people want.
Right. Good luck.
You're gonna have to go through there now.
Keep up the good work.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Email sent. So bear with me here. I'm trying to get the image up. A few people are too lazy to go and find it.
Yeah, Twitch has this annoying thing recently. It just brought in that you have to verify the email address, and
Yeah.
it's all very annoying. Glennon's still sitting there laughing away.
Laughing away at the hardcast Grizzlebrand. Good man, Glennon.
I'm not going.
We're all with you, Glennon. It was awesome. It was the greatest thing, actually. Like, I always see it when people are playing the like Reanimator or playing like Show and Tell and Legacy, and I'm just watching it and like they've got nothing. They've got this garbage hand. It gets like their Show and Tell gets Totsies, and they're just left with like a Grizzlebrand. I was like, how many actually Black Swords does he have in the deck? Let's bring up the deck list. He's like 4 Lotus Petals. He's got 2 in hand right now. He's almost there. He's got to hardcast it.
And he never does.
Never.
It never happens.
Never, ever.
But if it does, this is what gods are made of. Like,
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a lot like poker as well, and Magic. Sometimes you just need to do one thing fantastically.
Yeah.
Like we saw in Standard last week, Dave C. Murphy got to mob. He had Butcher the Horde out. His opponent had 2 Caryathids, a Hornet Queen, and
The world. He had the world.
and
He had
something
everything.
else.
Yeah.
But Dave C. had Butcher the Horde, and he went mob rule. Take everything that cost 3 or less. So he took all of the bees, took the Caryatids, used the Caryatids to cast Sarkin, swung with everything, and then ate the bees. He used Butcher ate the bees.
Yeah,
they were
use
yummy
the
bees.
Caryatids, for tapping for mana and everything, and then ed his whole board, gain some. It was just the greatest thing.
So here we posted up the Master of Babes that I have in the cube.
Yeah, it's worth a look. It's hilarious. Yeah.
There was actually recently not an impersonator, someone paying homage.
Sorry, can you just leave these in?
Absolutely.
If they can fit somewhere, absolutely.
Yeah, this is where we found them, so
Cool.
should
Let's
be.
just dump them in there. Hopefully they're not expensive.
They are, but
Okay,
they're made of
well.
rubber.
Well,
That's
Thank
grand.
you.
alrighty.
Because we are in the storage closet
we are actually in a storage closet. Yeah.
of Gamersworld, this is where they hold the talent.
Yeah. This is where we get thrown. Although, if you watch me play Legacy at the weekend, you would swear I'd never played Magic in my life. Some of the mistakes.
Oh yeah, I noticed
God,
that. It was
ridiculous. It's a really hard deck to play. Wow, it's much harder than it looks.
the Miracles deck. There's a lot of memory
Oh
involved.
man, there's a lot of decisions to make as well.
It's
Like,
probably the hardest Brainstorm deck to play, I think. And Brainstorm's already an insanely difficult card to play.
yeah, Brainstorm, because you have a lot of, like, usually Brainstorm, and Brainstorm is one of the hardest cards to play in the format too. It's a ridiculously difficult card to play exactly correctly. It's almost impossible to play exactly correctly, but you have in a lot of decks, you're just kind of shuffling away the rubbish you don't want. Like a lot of the play skill involved with Brainstorm is holding cards until you draw it, not necessarily while you have the card. You're always playing around drawing Brainstorm. You have to always keep that in mind. But in this deck in particular, it's so important to be able to put cards back on top of your library to then draw them and miracle them. So a lot of times I was having to be conscious of fetching before. Like a lot of times you keep your fetch lands, but in this
Because
deck
you can get away your
exactly you throw away your trap. But in this deck you actually need to fetch first, then Brainstorm to put something back on top, then draw it, and then the card that's underneath you may want to shuffle away with another fetch. So there's just so many different lines you have to think of. It is really, really difficult. So I struggled with it quite a bit. Like I did okay. I was 2-1-1. I drew with Ev. in a match where I know I was playing too slow. Like, it was the first actually match of the day. He was probably playing slow as well because he was playing around a lot of stuff. We both were playing a bit slow and we drew, but then another one against Will, I got really, really greedy. I think I should have won the game, and I got stupidly greedy with a Jace, and it cost me. So he also had a Steel Enchantment on my counterbalance.
Genius.
Can you believe
Oh,
that?
it's so good.
It destroyed me. It was awful.
Irish Dav here asking if me and a friend went down to Gamersworld on a Saturday, would there be a table to play Magic? Yes, there would. In the back, there's the main floor. If you go back beside the counter, there's a back room, loads of tables out there. There's even a bunch of board games on display there, and I think it's about €3 per person for a table. You get that and you just get to play. You can play any of the board games, you get to play Magic away, and it's great.
Yeah, so like you have to pay, I think, for a table if there's no Magic tournament on. So if there's nothing actually on at the time, you can just come in, and yeah, it's like €2-3 per person for, I think, just as long as you want to stay.
Yeah.
Then if you actually come down for any of the tournaments, then it's just you pay tournament entry fee. There's no actual table
It's
rental
going to
fee.
be McKaylee versus Phil.
McKaylee
God,
versus
yes,
Phil. Which Phil?
who?
Phil Collins.
Phil
Collins.
Collins.
So
Okay,
it's,
nice. We get two
it's
sweet
red,
decks.
black, Phyrexian Obliterator
No, it's mono
controls.
black, isn't
Mono
it?
black, I think.
Was he not looking for Dragon Skull Summons? Maybe it's mono black.
Okay, let's get his deck list up anyway. What are these players? 1-1?
No, 0-2.
They're 0-2. Okay, who cares? Who cares? They're both hilarious. Let's get them on.
Baron Bounty asking how are ya? Question mark. Yeah, it's Irish slang. It's a shorthand for how are ya, but it's usually used as well in some terms of, like, for example, popping out at a person and saying how are ya and then punching them in the face, which is what he does. He goes how are ya, Gristlebrand.
Yeah.
Game.
Punch them in the face.
Punch him right in the face.
Pow, right in the kisser.
So we've got Phil Collins here, greatest hits of mono black. Now, I really like the mono black list. This isn't it.
No, I'm not quite. I wouldn't call this the mono black list.
No, it's close, but it's not quite there.
Please tell me we haven't lost Michaela's deck list. No, okay. I think
Yeah, you were the one.
yeah, I was coveting this.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
we have Thoughtseize time, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 Stromgald Crusader.
Alright, I'm getting that up right now.
Yeah,
because I have no clue what
It's
that
a
is.
1-drop. I think it's a 1-drop with Infect.
With Infect? No, I don't think it is. This is an older card. It's a Cold Snap
Ice
card.
from Cold Snap, okay. Oh, this guy.
2 mana, 2/1. He is 2 black. Zombie Knight. Protection from white. 1 black. Give him flying until end of turn. And double black. Give him +1/+0 until end of turn. So I think the double pips here. What he's looking for here.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got 2 Thoughtseize, 1 of those Crusaders, 3 Liliana the Veil, 3 Grey Merchant, 3 Slaughter Pact, 1 Victim of the Night, 3 Inquisition of Kozilek, 3 Phyrexian Obliterator, 2 Profane Command. Is that 3? Could be 3 Profane Command. 3 Vampire Nighthawk, 4 Bloodghast, 3 Phyrexian Arena, 1 Whip of Erebos, 2 Geralf's Messengers, 1 Go for the Throat, 3 Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, Orberg Tomb of Yawgmoth is 2 of, and 19 Swamps. I love those mono decks that are just like 19
Loads
basics.
of swamps. Yep, nice and easy.
So,
Cool.
I'll let you go
Yeah,
off now
here
about
we go.
Michaeli's.
I might be drilling here slightly, so if I drill on the deck list, Michaela, if you want it back, I'm sorry. So, 4 Birds of Paradise, 3 Noble Hierarch, nice and easy. 4 Tarmogoyf, 4 Knight of the Reliquary for the beef.
Yes.
Here's a card that I love, Knight of the Reliquary. Okay, 2 Siege Rhino, 1 Elish Norn, we'll get back to that. Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. 3 Abrupt Decay,
2
2
Siege
Path
Rhino.
to Exile. We've 2 Siege Rhino as well, yep. 3 Abrupt Decay, 2 Path to Exile, 3 Lingering Souls, 3 Liliana the Veil. So a lot of this looks like your usual kind
yeah.
of your Abzan mid-range sort of deck. Then we've got 4 Gifts Ungiven, 3 Lingering Souls, which is value with,
Yeah.
with Gifts Ungiven. You've got an Unburial Rites to go and gifts for to get your Elish Norn back out of the graveyard. You've got Raven's Crime, 1 of Raven's Crime in the main deck. Where is? Oh, it's probably in the sideboard.
Where's
No, it should be in the main deck.
What?
Life from the Loam. There it is.
Okay.
1 of Life from the Loam. Yeah.
I was
So
like-
he's got a Ghost Quarter, and presumably he has also a 1. Oh no. I guess it's just a 1-off Ghost Quarter. I thought he might have 1-off Tech Edge as well to go with.
I love the fear in your voice. You're like, no,
No,
my
where is it?
dreams.
Yes, my dreams. Where is it gone?
So yeah, we have Michaela here on the right, and on the left is Phil. Michaela usually plays value John, the value junk deck, or usually the Rock. He's a big fan of. So right now he's testing out different decks. He just wants to see. Normally,
It's quite a rock deck anyway, right?
absolutely. He's an excellent player. Normally he'd He does very well in our bigger modern tournaments like the GPTs, stuff like that.
Yep.
So he
Actually
should-
won a PPTQ there at the weekend as well in Limerick, was it?
yeah, absolutely.
Standard in PPTQ in
Yeah.
Limerick. So
And won our game day as well.
cool.
Our favourite Forge game day.
He's
so yeah,
on- yeah.
he's a very good player. He uses these knights to kind of test, see things for big tournaments.
I absolutely love Knight of the Reliquary, man. Knight of the Reliquary is such a slick creature. One of the best green creatures, I believe. One of the most interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I'll take a Knight over a Goyf any day of the week. Thank you very much.
That's just
So-
how you roll.
Oh, absolutely. So, as value lands anyway to go and get with the Knight, he can get a Gavany Township, he can get a Treetop Village, and a Ghost Quarter is basically the exciting things. A lot of them just different colour man and stuff. Personally, I would love to see a copy of the lifelink Death Touch land. What do you call that one? The Vault of the Archangel. I'd love to see that as a one-off here, but I guess he's 4 colours.
The
and a lot of
colourless
colour
mana
will
is
requirements.
stretched,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to look at. It looks
So-
like Michele has. He's got a Verdant Catacomb. What's that
I see
blue
a
spell?
blue card.
Is
That's
that a
got to
gift?
be gift ungiven.
Yeah.
I think it's the only blue card in his main deck.
It could very well be.
Yeah. So probably a gift
Maybe he
ungiven.
he heard about you going off about gifts, like
Yeah.
how it's the best card.
Okay, here we go.
So,
Life from
he's-
the Loam. He's not going to be
Look at all
taking that one.
Look at all those foils. All
Yeah.
of those.
Michaela lying to us.
Yeah.
I have no foils in my main deck except for 75% of it.
Except for my Judge
Yeah.
foil Noble Hierarch.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, he's taking the Noble
easy,
Hierarch.
easy peasy here. Take the Noble. He's not taking the
Life
Life from the
from the
Loam.
Loam.
That's just straight value. He's not taking the what do you call it? The Lingering Souls. That's the
Obviously.
Judge foil, or is it like an F&M promo or something?
The Lingering Souls is an F&M promo, I believe.
Yeah. So he's not going to take that either. And here we
Thoughtseize.
see a Thoughtseize, and I have to imagine Gifts Ungiven will be the choice here. Again, for the same reasons as before, he probably doesn't want to take either of the 2 value cards.
Yeah.
We do see a copy.
Oh, he's taking the Life from the Loam.
Wow.
Madness.
Okay, that's crazy. I'm absolutely taking Gifts Ungiven here. I don't care what is in my hand at this moment in time. I'm just taking Gifts Ungiven. The card is terrifying.
Depends if he has another hand hate card. Like if he has another Thoughtseize, he might be able to just take the
Okay,
gifts
okay.
now.
Actually, sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, if he does have another piece of disruption, yeah.
But if he doesn't, that was a terrible play.
But like even still, like if he has a piece of hate now and he Thoughtseize them and he has 2 gifts in hand or something.
There's the
You know?
Phyrexian Arena. Look at that. Look at that
Oh,
white border
Oh,
Phyrexian
God.
Arena. It's not even like
ugh. Okay, let's just get past that.
I've got a foil Urza Saga one in the cube. I'm quite proud of it. It's really nice.
Nice, that is sweet. Okay, so Michaela here choosing not to
He's fetching.
return his little Life in the Loam just yet. I think that's probably going to stay there for quite a while. At any stage later in the game, he can choose to get some value back with some.
Foil unglued land.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, unhinged.
Unhinged. Sorry,
Excuse
apologies.
me.
Oh,
Excuse
I find
me.
it hard to remember those.
Yeah. So Lingering Souls, 2 guys seems fine.
4 guys on 1 card.
Yeah.
As cheap as it could possibly be.
Michaela, come on now. Where are your tokens?
They should be foils. It should be foil this is
Like
all,
they literally come free. Tokens are literally free. You get them all the time in booster packs
that's
for
why
free.
it's not good enough.
Yeah.
It's just like if they had judge foil tokens, Michele would have them.
Yeah, probably.
This is actually a question that Mark Rosewater comes up with every so often is if we released a box set of tokens, just a box full of all different types of tokens, would you buy it? And everyone's like, yes.
Absolutely, of course they
He
would.
asks this question once every half a year and
Yeah.
they never release the product.
Scum.
It's cause it's like, how many people would actually buy it? I would, because Cube is great.
Probably loads, yeah.
Bloodghast.
Okay.
So this he's gaining 1 net mana now from the Nykthos, which is great.
Bloodghast, the old Zendikar rare. Powerful Zendikar rare. Seen plenty of constructive play in its time. So 2 black, 2/1. He cannot block.
Nope.
He has haste if your opponent controls has 10 or less life.
Yes.
And he also has, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return him from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Tapped, is it?
No, not tapped.
Oh, 'cause he can't block
come,
anyway.
He can
Never
come in and he can attack when you
Yes.
bring him back. So if they're on less than 10, he just keeps coming back and attacking.
Yeah.
He is a vampire spirit, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So
Vampire being the relevant one from that set. but
absolutely, yeah. That was a bit of a
that-
Zendikar was a bit of a vampire set. You're right.
Another Bloodghast. So, Michele has that gifts left up.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not casting the Tarmogoyf.
No,
he's
he's
like,
not. Gifts end of turn.
He's like, give me that 2 damage.
Yep.
I'm going to gift and I'm going to wreck you.
Absolutely. So Jumpy 2K6 here asking what the winner gets. The winner on the night, we're playing for just 4 rounds for some booster packs and stuff. We're playing the SCG Knight as well here. You may be familiar with some of you folks. So this is where you have the tokens and foil, or the pins and the foil tokens
Yeah.
and all that kind of cool stuff. But we are also playing a league here. which is
Winner of the league.
Yeah.
It's points add up over the weeks. Winner of the league gets a box and entry into the end of year championship. If they win a second league over the course of the year, they get 2 boxes for winning. It accumulates.
Does it really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's pretty mental. Yeah.
That is nuts. Here's me buying a booster box today.
Like a fool.
Yeah. I'm testing for sealed. I'm going to GP Liverpool next week. So
here's the gifts on burial rights, Elish Norn package. Throw them both into the graveyard. I'm going to destroy your board.
Phil, it looks like you have a choice off gifts I'm giving, but you don't actually. You just have no choice.
Yeah. He did drain for 8
last turn.
Yeah. So there's those gone.
So Elish Norn comes back, kills the 2 vampire Bloodghast, makes the Grey Merchant of Asphodel a 0/4, and most importantly makes his 2 spirits into 3/3 flyers.
Yeah.
They put me across for 3.
The Grey Merchant is a 0/3.
The 0/3. Oh, he's a 2/5, is he?
He is a 2/5.
I thought he was a 2/4.
No.
Really?
Oh,
He's a 2/4.
no, sorry, he's a 2/4.
Get
But
out
you
of
said
here.
a 0.
A 0/2, did
Oh,
I?
I thought you said 0/4.
No. I may have accidentally said 0/4. I meant to say 0/2.
We're both terrible.
We are both terrible. At least one of us played mono black though, and it wasn't me in the standard format. So
That's true. I did for a long time.
I can't remember playing anything else when Sphinx's Revelation was standard legal.
You would play just like what? 26 islands, 26 planes, and 26 islands, 26 planes, 4 Sphinx's Rev. My maths is right there, is it?
A little bit. No, your maths is wrong.
No, because I need they have to be 3s.
28 each.
28 each.
Yeah.
You're right. I was close. I should have got out my calculator.
No, hang on a second. You need 28, 27, 4 Sphinx's Rev, and 1.
Snapcaster.
No, God, no. You need a way to win your Elixir of Immortality.
Oh,
You
sure.
need a way to actually kill them.
That doesn't kill them.
It does. It really does.
So this Nighthawk is a 0/1 flying lifelink death touch. And these spirits are 3/3s, man. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. He's going to get 2 more of them shortly.
Yep.
Punishing Waterfalls. You played Mono Black Devotion and Legacy in day 2 to GP. I'm a big fan of that. Great work, man. Or man or woman, excuse me. Well done. I'm delighted. Let's put a smile on my face.
Yeah.
So, Death Touch Lifelink Vampire Nighthawk here.
Doing 0.
Cannot actually Death Touch any of these creatures away
No.
because it has right now 0 power.
It's big 0/1. See, I think now the thought process for Phil is, do you block near? Depending on what his life is, I don't think you do, because if you draw one of his Go for the Throats, one of his Slaughter Pact, one of his Victim of the Night, like, he's got 5 outs here.
Yeah, also Grey Merchant as well. There's no way I'm blocking. I'm taking this 6. Like, what's he on? 6? If not, then no blocks.
Yeah.
Also, as well, your Nykthos Shrine to Nyx is the more pips you have in the battlefield, obviously, the better that card gets too. So he's got outs here. He's also got a what do you call it? A Phyrexian Arena on the battlefield. So
Because, yeah. Oh,
like on one hand, he wants to keep his life total high because his Phyrexian Arena is going to keep him in the game. But on the other hand, like, he's facing down a pretty terrifying board, and it's only going to get worse with the second copy of Lingering Soul, so he needs to keep a board presence up here. He needs to be able to use the Nykthos to generate a lot of mana to get himself back in this game. And like you said, if he gets a kill spell for the Elish Norn, he's right back into it. So
I feel like Michele, if he was planning on casting the Tarmogoyf, fine, but I feel like he could have left his hand open to play either Lingering Souls, Flashback Lingering Souls. Oh no, wait. No, he needed both black for Liliana. Sorry, never mind. Okay, what does he have?
hang on a second. He needed both black for Lily. Oh yeah, that's a Godless Shrine. I thought it was 2 copies of Halifron.
Okay.
What is the foil?
The foil is an Overgrown 2.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. I think I traded that to Michaela once upon a time. I think I traded it for a Cryptic Command.
He gets
That was a
very
pretty good trade.
He gets very salty if you have a foil that you don't trade to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to be getting 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana,
Grey
7 mana.
Merchant, No.
Profane Command.
Oh god. So this has to do something good, surely.
It deals 5 damage to target creature. You can either it's 5 damage to target creature or 5 damage to target player. Does he just kill him? Did he just 5 him in the air?
I think he just 5'd him. Let me just
And
see
won.
this. Profane Command. X black. Choose 2. Target player loses X life, which we probably just saw. Return target creature with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to play. Target creature gets -X, or up to X target creatures gain fear. I think he just X'd him.
Yeah, I think he just 5'd him.
Yeah, he just exsanguinated him, right?
Wow.
Wow. Was Michaela on that low life?
He would have been because Grey
Seven.
Merchant aided him.
Yeah.
And he probably got through for a bit.
Yeah.
That was wow.
And there we saw the very reason not to block with the on the lingering soul from the attack with the
absolutely.
thing. Something tells me he had exactly X there with his Nykthos activation.
Yeah.
Because he had 4 pips. So if he had a block there, that was losing 1 total mana because the 2 swamps plus the Nykthos was 4. If he had less than the required amount, that
One
would have
of
just
them.
made 3 mana.
Yeah.
So he may have had exactly enough there. So that was pretty sweet.
So
Lose 5 and get Grey Merchant and 5, of course. Yeah, so he returns Grey Merchant from the graveyard.
that's fantastic.
Wow, that is really fantastic.
That's magical.
So Michaela actually doing him a favour by playing the Liliana
By
last
killing.
turn.
Yeah, because I saw there, I was like, is there a question for keeping the Grey Merchant over the Nighthawk? And it's like, no, because I've got Profane Command and I'm going to beat you this way.
Yeah. Also, as well, like he didn't know about the Tarmogoyf at the time, but actually the Vampire Nighthawk, if he could find 1 removal spell for the the Elish Norn, then he can get his Vampire Nighthawk back to a 2/3, and he can profitably block either the Lingering Souls if they attack, or just the Goyf. If he attacks with the Goyf, he can Death Touch block. So the Vampire Nighthawk a much bigger deal there.
Absolutely.
So interesting, very interesting.
Some of the creatures in this doing burn better than burn. To a degree.
Yeah. I think Burn is a really bad choice in the metagame right now. I think everyone is just out to get it. Like, it did so well in the Pro Tour.
Everyone's
just like, yeah,
gaining
give me
life.
my Korg Firewalkers, give me my Negates, give me my this, give me my that. Give me anything that gains me life, give me my Leyline of Sanctities.
Yeah.
Everyone is just out of Kitchen Finks, anything, just Vampire Nighthawk.
Yeah. I think it shows resiliency of the deck, that it's still seeing play and still putting up results even through all of that hate. I mean, it's become almost like Affinity, that you just have to have a few sideboard cards to hate
if you
against
don't, you'll just probably lose to the deck.
Yeah. From McKay, you've got a Path to Exile. Looks like Phil's mulligan down to 6. Path to Exile, is that a Treetop Village, I believe, as well? Would be probably a Judge Foil Treetop Village,
I'd imagine so, yeah.
if I know McKaylee.
So Michaela keeping 7 here. Phil gonna ship and go to 6.
See, it's funny, it'd be so easy. If I didn't like McKaylee, I'd probably hate him for this, but McKaylee's lovely.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So it's just like having this. Does he have a Lingering Souls in hand as well?
Yeah, Path to Exile, Lingering Souls. Has all these, it looks like. So you're watching Modern here tonight, folks. You've probably already guessed that. This is round 3 of the Modern we're playing tonight, out of 4 rounds. We are, in fact, going to be streaming here tomorrow. Standard.
Yep.
I believe you're here tomorrow.
I am, yeah.
With Sander.
Yeah.
Cool. So we stream Modern every Wednesday, and now, as of last week, going forward, we will be streaming Standard every Thursday too.
Thursday night, yeah.
Yeah. So Serious MTG at Serious MTG on Twitter. Jump on there, follow us, guys.
It's at serious. No, it's serious_business_IRL on Twitch.
On
like
Twitch,
you're watching.
You're
it
watching
now.
us on Twitch now, so I sincerely hope you can read the URL at the top of the page. So if you want to get on Twitter and follow us, we are at Serious MTG. So get on there, share us, tell people about us, do whatever you do on Twitter. I'm not a whole pot sure about what happens on there. I've never used it before. So
We have a Facebook as well.
We have
now.
a Facebook indeed. So if you want to get on there, we are Serious Business.
Yep.
Just Serious Business.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Cool. Serious Business on Facebook and Serious MTG on Twitch. So
So
get the
we
word
have
out.
a turn 1 Thoughtseize of Phil. McKaylee showing a 2-land, a Verdant Catacomb, a Gavany Township, Lingering Souls, Path to Exile, Tarmogoyf, and I didn't see what what got taken away from him. What card is it?
Gifts.
Okay.
Phil learned his lesson this time. Learned his lesson. So, not taking gifts in that last game was almost his undoing, but he eventually came on to win the game anyway. But it was close.
I'm gonna see as well, like, it kind of tells me that he must have some removal if he's not worried about the Tarmogoyf. There's another Thoughtseize showing the life from the loan.
Yep.
What do I like taking here? Probably the Path to Exile, I feel like. Because without that, you get to go a bit off. Because he needs creatures on the board. No, he's taking
life from the loam again.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, like if
It's a bit of value, fair.
You get a bit of value, but like it's the card you can actually flash back. So he's choosing to bring it back here, and he's just going to go a little bit combo-y, it looks like. So get life in the low and back, get some lands.
He got back. He milled perfectly his land, so now he can get back all 3.
He can if he wants to, yeah. I think he just... Yeah, he also gets to go, oh yeah, this is
With
nice.
Goyf.
With Goyf. This is really nice. So you get the little combo of flipping over some Planeswalkers, some whatever else you have in your deck.
We've yet
with
to
him.
see the Knight of the Reliquary.
We have yet to see Knight, so...
I know you're ready. You're jonesing for it.
I'm absolutely ready. I'm chomping at the bit here for Knight of the Reliquary. I really feel he needs a few more value lands in here though, Michaela. Come on now.
We can see as well here, look, with 3 lands on the field, Michaela has filled up his graveyard, has a Goyf and 2 spirits, turn 3. I mean, this is what this deck can do. It's still really impressive.
This deck better have Tasigur in it.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I don't think it actually does. Come on, Michaela. Come on.
he can only fit in so many good cards. Even one of it, just to keep us happy.
Yeah, no, there's got to be some rubbish in here you can take out. Like, Tarmogoyf is useless. Get rid of that card. Take Tasigur over Tarmogoyf, surely.
That's just a better time.
Siege Rhino. This is laughable stuff here. Who wants Siege Rhino on their deck?
How good is it really? Okay, so yeah, we see here as well, Phil, just turn 2 Nighthawk. It's fine. It's a little bit like
blocks Tarmogoyf.
It does, but he's got Path to Exile here. I mean,
He does, yes.
Tarmogoyf
Okay,
swinging.
So we're happy to trade here for Michaela.
Just-
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Probably another one in hand, I'm guessing here. That's probably the draw for the turn. Like, he wants to get rid of the Vampire Nighthawk because of his Lingering Souls tokens, of course.
Sure.
But I guess he's thinking, I can trade my Goyf in combat. If you don't want to trade the Goyf in combat, I can just get in there with Goyf.
Here's
for
life in the
difference.
long. Get back his 3 lands.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sweet
see why
value tag.
he had no land. Well, he could have done this beforehand. Got his white source for his Path to
He
Exile.
had a white source. He just tapped it for life in the gnome. He has a
No,
Temple
no.
Garden.
Oh, and he's got another
Yeah.
green source. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's just happy to trade his Goyf there.
Really?
Yeah, like he's got flyers. Like he probably that's the thing. You know, he can use his creature as a removal spell, and if Phil isn't willing to make that trade because he needs to be able to block the Lingering Souls tokens, then he just takes like 5 per turn or whatever it was with the Goyf.
Okay.
So you
That's
know,
fair. I get
he just does this. Like he doesn't really lose to many cards out of the deck from Phil. Maybe something like a Damnation. I don't even know if he has them in his deck, but right now he's very fine to just trade off that, keep his removal spell, and just make 4 guys.
Okay, I see what you mean. Plus, as well, he's ahead on land, and I guess he's afraid of things like Grey Merchant. Okay.
Does he get? Oh, he gets nothing. It's a
Nothing.
miss with the Lifebane Zombie.
I love Lifebane Zombie. Lifebane Zombie was my favourite card back in the day. It just did everything.
Oh, we have a Gavany Township. Here we go.
Yeah.
Sweet value.
8 in the air. Bam.
So it looks like Phil Collins playing stuff I used to play in Standard last year. That deck.
Yeah. But it's got Phyrexian Arena.
It does.
This one doesn't play... Oh no, it never plays Bob's. I wish it could. Love Bob. Found his land. Swings in for 3. Just not really good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vampire Nighthawk. Path to Exile the Vampire.
You've got...
And
Yeah.
put counters on all the rest
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
guys.
Michele was just
Yeah.
like, here's my Path to Exile, you die.
Here's my Path to Exile. I have another land to Gavany Township. He could see he had a copy of Temple Garden, so
It's
he's able to do
all
both in
over,
one turn.
yeah.
So that was game 2.
Yeah. So 1-1 right now.
1-1 right now. We will be going on to a third game shortly here. Maybe some extra sideboarding.
I agree with Gavitron. The trading 1-for-1 is very good, but because he had the Path to Exile, I was wondering if you'd want to keep that Goyf. Although, do you know what? In fairness, if you can get Goyf to trade with a flyer, it's good, because I mean, if you have another Goyf, it's sometimes just you can't block with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
I seem fine. Like, you know, like you never know as well what random deck card comes out of the deck that wrecks you. You know, it's
having the path just as a backup.
Just as a backup, like
Okay.
you know, I think he's fine with a block or no block there. That's why he's happy to do it. Also, as well, we've seen stuff like Grey Merchant. Yeah, we've seen stuff like Grey Merchant come up the ground there in the previous game before that too.
Absolutely.
So maybe he just doesn't want to have the ground gummed up as much. Maybe he's like, I'll just take my chance to use my ground guy as a removal for your flyer specifically.
I love the War Games players coming in just being like, no, whatever, I'll talk really
Yeah.
loud and be like, thanks, not notice
Yeah.
that we're doing a commentary right
Yeah.
here live
Yeah.
on Twitch for all of you lovely people out
Yeah.
there. So we're going to be seeing now Michele hopefully keeping a good 7, and Phil hopefully also keeping a good 7. Because there's nothing I hate more than a game that just goes down to losing to Mulligan. And when you win off Mulligan, like we saw off Simon, going down to 4, getting that win, great, fantastic.
Player the creature sitting beside me here in the commentary booth, Eamon Jones. You might remember, I'd say probably fairly clearly actually, about a year ago, standard tournament one Thursday night.
Awful.
Playing for, it was the last week of the league that we've been mentioning, so this was your opportunity to win the league and go to the Invitational.
Yeah.
And who played?
I was
who
playing
played
Mono.
the Dream Crusher?
I was playing. Was it Black or Burn?
You were playing Mono Black.
Mono Black.
You were playing Mono Black.
So this is at the time when you were like, yeah, I think Corsair Crewfix is a good card.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a good value card.
It was kind of
whatever.
right after it was spoiled, right? It wasn't like really
No,
overtaking
because you were
the
playing
format.
it.
No, I know, but it was only soon after it was printed.
Sure.
It hadn't kind of taken over as
Yeah,
such.
yeah. And you mulligan to 4 or 3?
I mulliganed to 4.
4.
Yeah, on the play.
Which was, and I thought seized you.
Yeah, twice. On turn 1 and 2. You kept 7, snap keep on the draw.
Yeah.
I mulled to 4 on the play and kept 2 lands, 2 Corsair Crewfix, I think.
No, it was 2 spells.
2 spells
and I
and
thought
2
seized
lands.
you, and you off the top went Corsair Crewfix, play it, and then won the game.
Yeah, so I went land on my first 2 turns, played nothing. You tossies my 2 spells.
Yes.
When you tossed me the second time, the spell was the last card in my hand, and then I ripped land, played it. Next turn, land, Corsair Crewfix, and proceeded to draw in a row. Land spell, land spell, land spell for the
Perfect
whole game,
sequencing.
and you never killed my Corsair. And who won that game?
You did. It was scummy. It was the worst. And you were like,
Dream Crusher.
You were
and
like-
you didn't win the league,
Yeah.
and you didn't get to go to the invitation.
I did.
I know you
I-
did. Eventually you did,
Yeah.
but not that time.
what I love as well though, you were like, oh, I was wrong. It's not a good card. It's one of the best cards they've ever printed.
Yeah.
This card's insane. So
Okay,
we have
so
Knight.
yeah, we need to get back to the game here. I've just seen what's on the battlefield. It's a Knight of the Reliquary.
It looks like Michele, I think he's gotten a land into his graveyard as well. Makes his
Oh god, and he has a Liliana.
yeah, that's what he did. He +1 Liliana. Phil throwing a land into graveyard, and I'm gonna assume Michele thrown in.
Put a land in for the Knight.
Yeah,
Sweet.
but okay, he's got his own Liliana. Phil does. It looks like a profane command as well.
So I think we probably saw the ramp effect of the
Oh,
the
Drown
Knight of
in
the
Sorrow.
Oh god.
I think that Michele's just pointing out that the only thing that dies is yeah,
Okay.
that was
I guess he just forgot that Knight of the Reliquary gets massive with the lands in the graveyard.
yeah, and that Tarmogoyf is big enough because Drown in Sorrow is
because
a
it's
sorcery.
because it's Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Knight of the Reliquary, I think, yeah, last turn I think he used the ramp effect on the Knight. So you go tap a land,
Yeah.
make mana off it, sacrifice the land, go and fetch another land out of my graveyard, and you get like a kind of a pseudo ramp effect for that turn. So that put a land into his graveyard to make it big enough out of the range of the Drown of Sorrow.
Turn 2 Knight of the Reliquary, huge.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely massive.
So now we have the Ghost Quarters. Destroy your Nykthos.
Oh dear.
You are not going off, sir.
You get to go and search a swamp out of your deck. And Michaela's actually always tells his opponent of the triggers that they're going to miss as well. So I can't remember the exact wording on
Michele
the...
has Iona in his graveyard. If he gets an Unburial Rites,
Oh, yeah.
he's just like, bam,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah, name black. You can't win the game.
That's very interesting that he has that in his sideboard. I mean, actually,
Yeah.
we did we go over sideboarding? I don't think we did.
I don't even think we
'Cause
did.
we're
no.
terrible.
Yeah. We are terrible.
So sideboard for Phil is 1 Dismember, 4 Life Main Zombie, which he clearly brought in for this. 2 Damnation, 1 Whip of Erebos, 1 Thoughtseize, 3 Drown in Sorrow, 2 Cursed Death Souls, and Inquisition of Kozilek. Bring in the Drown in Sorrows doesn't seem very good. Like, it deals with Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Unfortunately, this is just the draw where Michaela has the 2 big fatties that don't die to it. So
Yeah.
then Michaela has some stuff like Abrupt Decay, Golgari Charm, 2 Stubborn Denial to go with his big fatties here as well.
Love.
Interesting. 2 Creeping Corrosion, a copy of Tectonic Edge to go along with the the Ghost Quarter in the main deck for the Life of Malone engine. Then we have 2 Duress, 2 more Siege Rhino to go with the 2 in the main, an Obstinate Bailout, and a Grave Titan and an Iona, which he could potentially ramp into or potentially bring out with the Unburial Rites.
I'm going to think it's because it's Unburial Rites.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably. And then 1 Slaughter Pact as another piece of removal. So a lot of the same stuff. The Iona, one of the most interesting ones for, especially against the monocolor deck.
Michele kind of stuck on lands here a little bit. Oh wait, he's got no. Oh, cause he Ghost Quarters, sorry, apologies.
Sure.
Making his Knighted Reliquary bigger.
Did he life in the line there? Is that another Ghost Quarter in his hand? Or a Tech Edge, possibly?
I think it's
colourless
Ghost.
card.
I think it's Ghost Quarter.
Did he not Ghost Quarter last?
And there's a Phyrexian Obliterator, and it doesn't look like Michaeli has removal.
He has a Liliana sitting on the battlefield. Indeed.
That card.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because now it's not countering Phil's Phyrexian Arena.
It's not what?
Countering his Phyrexian Arena. He gets to draw 2 cards, but he has to discard a card.
Yeah, true.
It was a joke, it's okay. We'll get through this.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
So yeah, that Liliana still does what she does. That's a set foil Liliana.
Yeah.
Gross.
And Michaela winning the PPTQ last weekend as well. Will be going to the regional PTQ on the 24th of April, I believe.
Absolutely.
So he will be picking up another copy of Foil Liliana.
Yeah.
Promo foil.
And that's it. He's seen enough.
Nice. Michaela picking up the win here with his really cheap deck with no foils. I think he just forgot about, all the foils in the deck.
Yeah, he said that was around €1,800.
Yeah.
I think it might be more. I
Yeah.
think if he priced it up again, a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. I own a stubborn denial.
Oh no, Michaela. Whiteboarded Birds of Paradise. No!
Yes.
It's like 4th edition or something, like revised or, oh god. Where are your beta birds, Michaela?
How much are beta birds? Probably like
Loads.
50 quid.
Not more, I'd say. And
Wow.
the rest, yeah.
But isn't there's judge foil ones as well that are pretty nice?
No, there's the buy a box foil, which is really nice.
I like that one. I
Yeah,
do.
that's a really nice one.
I think
They
that's the one we
bend
have.
like hell, though. God, they are a bendy foil, but they look really sweet.
Yeah, we have those in the cube.
Yeah.
So yeah, he brought in the Tech Edge. Not sure how I feel about the Tech Edge. And look at those, all the foil rhinos.
Yep. Because if you want to rhino someone, let's do it in style.
I did get a foil rhino for the
Premium
cube.
style.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Adam
Does
sold
it have a date on it?
No. Adam sold it to me for a tenner.
Nice.
And then I immediately, as soon as duh, trade done, shake hands, look at price, it's $30 online. And he was like, yeah, whatever.
Nice.
It doesn't matter, it's gone in the cube.
Cool.
But yeah, so all going well.
Yeah. So that is the game 3 done with. It's very possible we'll be able to get up another round here. Let's have a quick look at what this is.
Someone-
Black mid-range deck from something. Someone played it at the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, saying someone played something at the Pro Tour, not necessarily a relevant point considering Patrick Chapin, Pro Tour champion from earlier in the year, played that Esper garbage at the Pro Tour.
Also, something we have
Yeah.
to know is not all Pro Tour contestants are pros.
Yeah.
They're, regardless of the name, they're not all pros.
Yeah.
They sometimes people just bring a deck that they think is kind of fun and quirky, and they're like, "Ooh, I'll take down the meta," and they never do.
Yeah,
It
so
never-
we see Mahara often actually on camera, and he's now a Hall of Famer, brought into the Pro Tour Hall of Fame early in the year, and he has some slick decks. Like he often has some deadly decks, but like for every one time you see Mahara at the top tables playing the slick deck, there's probably one time where he's 0 and 4 with the horrible deck that doesn't do anything.
But once again, he is a pro. He's a Hall of Famer. He could take hot garbage to a table and just still outplay people.
Very true. So the people who play the cool decks, they sometimes get it very right, and I'm sure they sometimes get it terribly wrong.
Like Titan Bloom to a degree was one of those. I mean,
Yeah.
what's your man's name is Daniel something. The guy who actually got to the finals. The guy with the glasses, David something.
No, it was like Josh or something like that.
Was it Josh? No, Josh. Oh no. Sam Black's friend.
Yeah,
Sam
it
Black's
was Josh
buddy.
something, I think. I could be wrong on that, but it was something along the lines of Josh.
Sam Black's buddy, his
Yeah.
housemate. Just, I love that story. I wanted him to win so bad.
Yeah, he was kind of cool. Seemed like a cool guy. His first Pro Tour. I don't think he plays a whole pile of high-level Magic, so that was pretty sweet. Justin. I knew it was something like Jay. Justin Cohen.
You're right.
Yeah. There was a lot of J's actually in that top 8. Justin Cohen, Jesse Hampton, Yelger Vegersma, Jacob Wilson. That's a lot of J's.
Is that the clue? Like, should we change our names to start with J and we'll get onto the Pro Tour? Is that how it works?
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be Janiel,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I'll be Jamin Jones.
Jamie Jones. That's a pretty good one, yeah. Not
Jamin
bad.
John Jones,
Yeah.
Triple J.
Yeah,
That's what they'd call me.
yeah.
So yeah, that's we're gonna see if we can get a backup feature match. Justin Cohen, yeah, thanks for that, Jumpy.
Yeah, so I guess we'll probably try to get a backup feature match on here with 20 minutes left on the round.
I'll
Something
run
tells
out
me
and
we will.
see if we can get someone on.
Alrighty, go for it. So if you missed that, folks, we had 4 colour loam gifts, which you can see on your screen. Pretty interesting deck from Michaela there. As Eamon mentioned, he does a lot of tweaking and messing around with different decks. He has a fine collection and likes to try out lots of different things, different colours, different strategies. He's a player that never really sticks to one thing, so he does some kind of green-red Troning. He likes his black-green rock decks. You might see him randomly with something like a Give Some Given deck tonight. So yeah, there's some cool decks coming out of Michaela, and I was pretty interested to see that one tonight. Pretty sweet deck. He did pick up the win there, putting him to 1 and 2. Phil Collins dropping to 0 and 3 with his mono black deck. So we will, I'd imagine, just get the final on in the next round. I would say we'll probably just go and grab the people on. Oh, okay, low battery. Do we have a charger for this?
Maybe.
Can we look into that?
Yeah.
Because it's probably going to be fairly important.
The internet is a bit important
The
for
internet is probably going to disappear here very shortly for us. Probably not for you guys listening. You're on a
us.
separate
Is that the internet
network.
from the IT crowd?
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but it's about to go. So.
No, do you remember the IT crowd? It was just a box with a red flashing light.
Oh
on top.
yeah. This is the internet. Yeah.
And it's just like, shouldn't it have more wires?
Yeah.
It's wireless.
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking for internet. We're looking for a charger at least. I have internet for now, but probably not for long. So yeah, you guys are on a different network. You should be fine, but I will lose access to comments and lose access to looking up cards online and deck lists and other such good things. So let's hope we can find something for that. In the meantime, I guess I'll take a moment and just go through the modern Grand Prix Vancouver, which was at the weekend. So have a little quick chat about this. We see in order from 1st to 8th, we see the Blue-Red Twin, 1st place, Affinity 2nd place, 3rd place and 4th place were the Amulet Bloom Titan deck from Alexander Hain, and in 3rd, 4th place was Abzan mid-range-ish from Florian Koch. We see the Aura Hexproof deck, the Boggles deck, made it into the top 8, which I'm not happy to hear about. I hate that deck with a passion. The Bloom Titan deck, then a 2nd copy in the top 8. We saw Infect from Tom Martell, and we saw another copy of Abzan making it into the top 8. So no matter how much people try to hate out Abzan, you just can't hate that deck out. So 2 copies making it in there, 2 copies of the Bloom Titan deck also making it in there, along with a couple others like Affinity, Infect and Boggles. Boggles, you happy to see that make top 8 at the weekend?
No, hate that deck.
I hate it so much too.
Although I think it's preying on the fact that Liliana Veil's not very good right now.
Yeah. People play less Lilianas, that's a pretty good deck.
Speaking of bad things, I'm going to have the opposite of a bad thing. Glennon's Cruel Control deck.
Yeah.
In a match just there, he Snapcaster Cruel Ultimatum.
Wow. Did he actually do that?
He did.
That's the greatest thing. He's just he's pulling out all the stops tonight. Hardcasting Grizzlebrand and it's killing someone with it earlier.
Right now he's 2-1. He only lost a round because he hadn't sleeved his deck in time.
That's hilarious.
He's 2-1 right now. If he goes 3-1, I'm like,
yeah,
this deck might be the real deal.
Because I've tried to build one before. Honestly, I have tried to build a control deck of Cruel Ultimatum before. I just never really thought it was going to be good enough, so I didn't bother with it. But yeah, he seems to be doing well tonight. So
I think this is great because every weekend or every Wednesday, Glenn comes with a deck, and he had like. He had mono black last week or the week before and stuff like that. We were showing is like, and I think finally he's found it. He's found this Grixis control deck.
Yeah. He loves a brew, doesn't he?
He does
loves
love a brew. I'd actually really like him to be playing Creeping Tarpet, just a one-off.
Yeah.
I think he should be playing.
Yeah, like a Gifts control deck, or sorry, a Cruel Ultimatum control deck. I thought, like, if you're playing with a big spell like that, you know, you really want to be sort of controlling the board. I don't think you want to be playing the creatures attacking, that kind of thing. Like, I like a low creature count with something like a Creeping Tarpet as a win condition in your lands, and then you kind of kill them with control the board presence with stuff like the Cryptic Command and the Cruel Ultimatums.
I guess he has the Lava Reach or Lava Claw Reach.
Are they in his deck?
Yeah,
okay,
he's got
so
one
he has
of
a mana. Okay.
Actually, that's probably better because it's like, oh, I've got nothing to do. 7.
Okay, yeah, very true as well. The thing about it is, though, with Cruel Ultimatum, there is one little design consideration where it returns a creature from your graveyard to your hand. So obviously, if you have a low creature count, you won't get back the creature. But I think it lends itself more to a board control, not too many creature style deck with the likes of Wrath effects in the main. If I was playing that deck, for example, I think I'd have stuff like
Damnation.
the Damnation in the main deck. Exactly. Yeah.
Still a great deck. It gets to cast Griselbrands. I mean,
Yeah. Does he play Gurmag Angler? No, he goes way bigger than Gurmag Angler. He plays Griselbrand, hard casting. There is no way to cheat Griselbrand into playing this deck. He's literally hard casting Griselbrand as a
Every
win
time.
condition. Yeah. So,
and he could. He could put in Through the Breach or anything like that.
No, he's just
But
going
why
big.
would you?
Go big or go home.
None of this cheating it out for a turn
No,
nonsense.
I want it, and I
This
want it
is-
for the whole turn
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
rest of the game. So yeah,
Actually,
Yeah.
that's a fun consideration, considering how slow the format's gone.
yeah.
Maybe Unburial Rites. Maybe Reanimator is poised to take.
Oh man, like wait till I tell you about this deck I was brewing in my mind. Driving home from work, really bored the other day, I started thinking about Gifts Ungiven, Esper Gifts Ungiven, like really hard control. I'm talking about straight up control here. I don't think I was playing any creatures, or very few, maybe a few Snapcaster mages. You're playing like everything is just gifts packages, like it's one-offs, like everything is a one-off basically, except like 4 Gifts Ungiven.
And then
So
you have the
playing, like-
worst opening hands of
Oh,
all
yeah.
time.
Oh, absolutely. Like you've got like one Supreme Verdict, one Wrath of God, one Damnation, just so you can fetch like 3 different ones, and they have to give you a Wrath. Then you can fetch like obviously you've at least one Snapcaster mage. You probably play a few Snapcasters as a win condition. You've got like one Gideon Jura as a win condition. You've got like maybe like one Celestial Colonnade, one Creeping Tar Pit. You've got like stuff like the Dredge, -1/-1. The
Dark Blast.
Dark Blast. You've got like a one-off Dark Blast to go with the pack. You can play even like go really deep on value with like Think Twices to get with like the Gifts Ungiven. Think like a one-off Think Twice, like a one-off. What's the other one that you go flashback for 7 mana, 6 and a black. Look at the top 4 and put 1 into your hand.
Oh,
It's all substandard play. Like you
Yeah.
can play really, really dirty stuff like that. Obviously, Sphinx's Revelations, like just all control cards.
your favorite opponent is no opponent,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh no, opponent who just plays like 1/1s and never
Yeah.
attacks, and you're like, wipe
Yeah.
your board.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
keep wiping it.
Absolutely. Then you can play like obviously you play your the gifts package. So you play like Gifts Ungiven for maybe like 1 Elishnor and 1 Iona.
There's like 3 control mirror matches that are still going on.
3 control mirror matches, and we're not putting any of them in the feature match. We've no backup.
There's still
They're in the
playing.
middle of a match.
They're-
Game 1, like they're all.
game
It's-
2 or 3.
It's
Okay.
fine. We can chat
So,
away.
and there's nothing else going there for.
No, there's an affinity control match which is taking just as long.
Okay.
Oh, Affinity
And then
versus
there's-
Control.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
there's Storm versus Little Kid Junk, which is all in game 3 already as
Okay.
well. So.
If there's anything you can throw on
Yeah.
to put on, we'll watch it. If not,
So,
we'll chat away.
I love the Affinity Control mirror, as if they're just both playing Control but with Affinity elements. It's awesome. Actually, if Glenn and Sander are still there, might
Yeah,
shift them over.
they're playing for fun now, so I can get them to shift.
Yeah,
across
absolutely.
Yeah, anything you can even throw on there, just yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Just Esper do nothing whatsoever.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
Oh no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to just draw cards. That's it. Like
You should be playing EDH, man.
Hmm.
Just playing Esper, EDH. All your things are tutors to find Gifts Ungiven, and it's all one of us anyway.
true.
You're just like, oh wait, everything is one of us anyway.
Yeah. No, no, but that would be miserable, man. Holy mother of God. Gifts Ungiven in EDH. Okay, lads, just give me 15 minutes. Like, I just want to look through my deck and find the perfect thing. But yeah, no, you get to play one of Academy runes. You play like an Academy runes, a Tech Edge, a Ghost Quarter, and a Crucible of Worlds. You know, this is the type of stuff. Like, you just go really, really deep. Like, you have the perfect gifts pack. Gifts is 4, and then everything else is like 1. Snapcaster maybe 2 or 3.
So you have to spend turn 4 doing nothing.
You play
Every
4
time.
Path to Exile.
Okay, but every time, turn 4 you're doing nothing. Well, maybe wiping the board. Maybe. But, yeah.
I went
Okay.
to war quite a lot, actually. Yeah, you play
Okay.
like 3-4 rats.
Huh.
Like, rats are pretty good in Modern, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the deck sounds horrible against Mono Red. That's one deck it just can't beat. But,
I'm going to point out, I love the idea of Academy runes with Perilous Vault.
yeah. That seems pretty good.
Just-
No, the Perilous Vault exiles itself.
No. Oh, it does!
No, well, you go better than that, man. Academy Runes, which are one of, what do you call it in the main deck?
Slave.
No. Oh, well, Jesus, no. Not Mind Slayer. That's going really deep. That could be a win condition, but it sounds like too many win conditions already. One off Gideon Jura is what you want. No, you want your...
I have 3 win conditions.
Engineered
2
explosives.
mana.
Engineered explosives with Academy rounds.
Okay, you get up to 3.
It's awesome.
Everything's on 4, man.
I mean, everything's on 4.
Everything's on 4.
What, the rhinos that I can just path exile and board wipe away?
And the lieges. And Glenn has his crystal brands.
They're
How do
all
you fight?
4 mana. How do I fight that? I go end of turn, give some given, untap, reanimate
Twin,
a
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Um,
Don't I just lose to Blood Moon? Probably, yeah. We were discussing earlier on how good Blood Moon is in Modern right now.
no, he says, don't you just loose to Blood Moon, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So no.
No, you're right. It does kind of just lose to Blood Moon. It probably loses to a lot of things. But this is exactly where I want to be in life. I just want to draw cards and play Gifts Ungiven.
You get to I imagine you sideboard into a good deck. Like you've got 4 lingering souls.
Yeah, sideboard into a good deck. Oh no, you play Lingering Souls main as well. That's another value card. You
Okay,
get to play
okay,
too.
I'm a bit more behind it.
Yeah.
I'm just- it's
Like it really seems like the deck needs Gifts Ungiven, plus it also needs the what do you call that one in Legacy? It's 3 mana and you tutor 3 cards and put them. They give you 1 and you put the others in your graveyard. Intuition. Yeah,
It's intuition.
yeah. So if I could play Intuition in that deck, that would be pretty good.
You'd be like, this is the best deck.
Yeah.
Can't lose.
Just Intuition for 2 gifts and my reanimating fatty.
I have
or
answers in the
just-
main for every card.
Yeah, 3
for
copies
every
of
deck.
Lingering Souls. Intuition for Lingering Souls will be so good in Modern. That'd be broken. Intuition would just be broken in Modern, but still. I don't know. Like this is probably not a thing, but I really want it to be. this
You're like-
is the thing I really want to exist.
I believe in you, buddy.
Yeah. Sideboard into Worm Coils and Batter Skulls. Yeah, nice.
See, here's a funny thing. You might think that Dan is Captain Jank right now. Captain Jank Sparrow. Dan's quite a good player. I know you wouldn't know. You've moneyed quite a few GPs. You've done quite well for yourself. It's often argued one of the top 5 players in Ireland.
I don't know. Like I play real decks a lot.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
often play these garbage decks, but I just really want to. You
I know. Like,
Yeah.
do it. See, here's the problem as well. One of these jank decks, you're like, oh man, I'd love to play it like once or twice and test it. The
Yeah.
problem is, you probably have to buy a lot of those one-offs,
Yeah.
and they're like not inexpensive. They're not
True.
super expensive, but not inexpensive. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh okay.
I buy them all, then I hate my deck, and
Yeah,
then I
and you're
sell
like,
them immediately.
oh okay.
Yeah.
I just
True.
lost money on playing this.
True.
Unless you can get a Lendem.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like it kind of sounds like you just take around 70% of this deck out of a cube.
Yeah,
Which is all
exactly.
you
It's
call
just
it, like yeah,
I probably have this deck in
your cube,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
We don't have gifts ungiven.
no,
We have to get gifts ungiven in the cube.
Yeah,
It's a weird one. Like we weren't concentrating on blue because blue's already OP because it's blue.
Yeah.
It's really hard to not have it be OP.
indeed.
Uh,
Just play like Jace on a few cards, and it's just too good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't have Mind Sculptor. We have
Ugh.
Jay Speller.
What do you mean you don't have the Mind Sculptor?
He's too good.
He's too good.
He's
He's
too
too
good.
good.
He's
No,
too
he
good.
isn't.
Listen, there's gonna be a time eventually where we'll get to Jace Mind Sculptor level. We're actually gonna be pushing up to 450 instead of the 360.
Okay.
Soon. There'll be a time. Like the question is always there. We're like, when is it powerful enough to put in?
When is it time for Jace?
Yeah.
Just take him out, the shiny Jay, like the Pulp Fiction moment
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
open the thing and the glow.
Yeah,
Like,
and
here
we're
we
like,
go.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
ready. Yeah, it's not quite there yet. I don't know. Maybe it is. I mean, he's fine in cube.
Yeah, like he's fine, you know. Like you really need a good deck for Jace to be good. You don't just slam
Sam.
Jace and you win. It's like I think people have this kind of
He's
this,
a
this negative,
mythicalness.
yeah. Like they have this negative opinion of Jace. You know, it's like, oh no, Jace, like, don't unban him in Modern. He's too powerful.
Yeah.
Like the card is extremely powerful. I mean, it's too powerful for Standard. We saw that the last time. Like if you are able to control the board, if you can curve on your first 1 to 3 turns, playing stuff like in Standard, it was like I think it was like Oust on 1.
Yeah.
You had like Journey to Nowhere.
Yeah.
You had Oblivion Rings. You had like Wall of Almonds for blockers. You had all these cards. You had the 1/1 flyer who, when he comes in, you get to search up other
Squadron
flyer.
Hawk.
Squadron Hawk. You had all these cards that led from 1 to 3,
Yeah.
and then you had Jace. And when Jace came down after you had stabilized the board a bit, it was broken. You also had the Oracle, the something Seagate Oracle on
Seagate
3 as
Oracle,
well.
for sure.
You had all these cards to stabilize the board and then play Jace. You also had Day Judgment at 4 as well. So he was so powerful in that deck. Stoneforge Mystic as well. Like a million other cards that were really good. good. And in that scenario, Jace is excellent. On a stable board, Jace is close to unbeatable.
Yeah.
In Cube, you don't just, you've got all this dirtling stuff happening. It's very hard to get a deck that consistently can control the board 1 to 3. You can pick up some Source of Plowshares. You can pick up good cards to do that, but a lot of what you're going to be doing is just drawing cards, especially in blue.
Yeah, I think people were talking as well a lot about Modern. When they unban it, they're like, okay, if we're unbanning this, Blood Braid Elf has to be in there.
Yeah,
because Blood Braid Elf has to fight it. Yeah. But I'm just sitting there thinking, like, we have a lot of really good... Like, Modern was a different format back then. Standard was a different format back then. Now, Modern's very...
So, I kind of want to see Glennon's deck in action some more.
Sure, so we're going to have
so
that on.
Glennon versus Anti-Hiaskai. I probably mispronounced that name.
He's a really hard name, second name to
Yeah,
pronounce,
he's
I
playing
think. Yeah.
the weird Soul Sister type deck.
Oh, sure.
For the last round, Soul Sisters versus Cruel Control. Okay, fair enough. So they're both 2-1?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Glenn's 2-1.
1-2.
They're 1-2.
I thought Glenn's
okay.
2-1. I thought
No, he was 0-2.
he's lying to me.
He's
What's
he's 1-2 now.
okay? What's the final?
It's just
Something
check,
not
I
interesting?
think it's Control.
It's Control now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll double check now. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was.
Because maybe get the final. I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
I'll see
Have a
what's
look.
on
See what
top.
it is. See what it is.
But anyway, the point I was making is maybe he's okay now.
In Modern.
Yeah.
I've been arguing this for over 12 months straight that the Jace would probably be fine in Modern.
Because if you look at the average junk deck, I'm like, or the average Abzan deck, if you just go Jace against a deck that's like a Rhino and some Spirit
It's
tokens.
a Control mirror match. It's Francesco versus Evan.
What's Francesco playing?
Control. Blue-white.
Blue-white,
Red
splash
control.
green.
Or blue-white, splash green Control.
Fair enough. Just put the other thing on, I guess. Yeah, fair enough.
We can always swap to another one because I'm sure the Control match will still be playing.
Yeah,
when they're
exactly.
finished.
This will still be playing. This is going to take forever.
This one, you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, yeah. Soul Sisters is a really grindy deck as well. So this will probably take the whole time. But sure, why not? It's an interesting deck from Glennon, and the other thing is somewhat interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Sure,
anyway.
let's put them on. Why not?
But yeah, so if you're just like staring down for Spirit tokens